What, 4 people just said that Charlie Kirk just got shot at a TPUSA event. 12:34 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, 2 hours ago? Shots fired at Charlie Kirk event. Shots been fired at a Charlie Kirk event in Utah Valley University. Footage from the scene showed eventgoers screaming as shots rang out on Wednesday. What is today? That's today. That's 5 minutes ago. Live stream, 25 minutes and 36 seconds. Oh.
Valley. It's just there's just so much. So
before we had a and we had it, so it's holy shit!
Holy shit! Why did the stream cut?
You guys okay? Okay, love you. Be safe. Okay, be safe. Bye. Apparently there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. I don't know.
Holy fucking XCOM. These guys are under half cover, elevated position. Hell yeah. Oh my God. They got a good vantage point.
If that was shots or if that was fireworks, to be honest, but.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, how are you doing?
Were you able to see anything that happened?
Standing right here interviewing people. Hang on. Charlie Kirk got shot? Holy shit, Charlie Kirk got shot. This is unconfirmed. This is from my son who was down there right in front of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go down there and see if we... I don't know the...
Wait, I'm so confused.
I don't know.
I don't understand why everybody's running. Utah's a open carry, like a constitutional carry state, right? There are so many good guys with guns here. This should be like the safest place in the world to be. Like at least 10% of the students could draw and just kill if there's like a bad guy there, no? Isn't that how it works?
But standing right here for my son. I don't know the...
They don't let them on campus, right? Isn't that like a no-go, no-gun zone for schools? I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can ban from public areas like that. Can you? Can you bring guns on campus as long as you're not in a building or something? I'm not sure. Damn, just 2 days ago I was like, I need to invest in an actual, like a serious concealed carry.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God. Wait, Cody, go, run. Oh.
Wait, did he get shot? I can't tell. There's no blood. I think it's... Holy shit, not safe for life. Somebody is... Don't play it. His...
Counting or not?
You don't really see any blood. Hold on. It kind of looks like he got shot. Bro. All my unfuck America shit. Are you serious? You couldn't wait? I'm just kidding. Not good. Not cool. Did he actually get shot? It kind of looks like he got shot in the fucking neck or head. And it was a single one shot. I don't see anybody nearby. So what? It would have been a rifle? Like at range, I'm assuming? Oh, fuck. Somebody's closer. Wait, holy shit. Is this guy dead? Wait. Oh, shit.
Counting gang violence. Great.
Oh! Whoa! 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 He's super dead. Holy shit! Okay, well. Let me go make sure my door is locked. Jesus. Holy fuck. He got... It's like, is it your jugular? The one that all the blood comes out of? He's like dead, right? Jesus Christ.
Counting gang violence. Great.
Jesus Christ. Don't unironically, if that kind of shit fucks you up, people are posting streamables in chat. You're watching a person get shot in the neck and die, and there's a lot of blood. So if that's like a thing that bothers you, God damn, this guy is under arrest. It sounded like one shot too, right? The man who shot Charlie Kirk, we don't know though, do we? I feel like this guy would have, well, I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like he would have killed himself, but maybe not. Who knows? Jesus Christ. Well, this is the first one. Influencer killing like this, I guess. Political person. He's insta dead, right? When you lose when people get choked, you can either choke their like throat and like make them lose like breath, and I think that can take like a minute or two or whatever to make somebody pass out. But if you lose the pressure of blood going to your head, you can pass out in like literally like 2 to 5 seconds. It looks like after he gets shot, it looks like he almost like instantaneously passes out and he's like gushing blood from his neck. I don't know if that's like a survivable wound ever. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what you would do. Like, so you can't CPR or anything. You can't like pump the heart to get blood to go back up to the brain. Maybe if they were in a hospital immediately, you can blood transfuse. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think that's like a survivable wound unless maybe you're in a hospital. Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's crazy. Oh, I can't do that. I shouldn't do an edgy quote tweet. Somebody just said in YouTube chat, the things Hassan will do to get out of debating is crazy. That's too much. I'm not going to do that. Damn. Jesus Christ. One thing that I was saying to, there's 50% less blood pumping to his brain. He can't survive that until he arrives at the hospital. When people say when brain death happens, it's actually like a lack of oxygenated blood going to the brain. Does that actually it takes 5 minutes for permanent damage to set in, or is it just like a couple minutes? How long lack of blood to brain for brain damage to occur? A complete lack of blood is 4 to 5 minutes. And permanent brain damage is more likely after 3 minutes. So he would have to get to a hospital immediately and get like, I don't even know, again, I don't know how you get, I don't know if you can like pump blood up through somebody's neck if the jugular artery, is that what it is, gets shot. I have no idea. Jesus. 10 to 15 minutes for irreversible damage? 15 minutes? I think you're super dead at that point, my dude. Oh wait, carotid artery? I can just look it up. Sorry, hold on. Jesus Christ. Carotid. Sorry. What is big vein in neck that bleeds? BBC News reporting on it. I think he's super dead. He gets... His body even does like is it the fencing posture? Is that what that is? I thought that only happened during brain, like concussive stuff though. But he does like the posture shit and everything. I can't believe he loses consciousness like instantly. Is it because of the blood pressure drop? Is that what causes that to happen? You lose, it's literally instantaneous, like conscious loss. Jesus Christ. Sorry, what was I saying? A friend asked me recently about going to these events and they were like, yeah, are you ever worried about dying? And the thing that I say is I feel like if somebody really wanted to kill you, in the United States, I feel like it's just a matter of time. Like, I don't know how you ever stop something like this. Even if they have security at their events, which they do, assuming somebody posts up with an AR-15, even with a 3.5 like I have, I feel like you could be 100, 200, 300 yards away, out a window, on top of a roof somewhere. Like, there's never going to be that much security. And assume you only need one shot to hit. Jesus. Did he get shot in the heart maybe? No, there's a video. It was like right in, like into his neck. I don't know if there's like an exit out the back or if Jesus. Probably passes out from cavitation forces from the bullet. You mean like the little, like the concussive force of it passing by? Is that enough from a bullet to make you... If it hits his spine, he could be insta-dead, no? Well, I think the bigger issue is probably the lack of blood that is able to get up to his head because of the exploded neck.
Not counting gang violence. Great.
Jesus. What a... Jesus. Jesus Christ. Where'd you find the video? You're just going to spam my fucking chat. The carotid artery. It's this one? Is this the big one? You have at least 30 tweets in you, and they will be bangers. Well, let's just chill. Jesus. What is the... I'm so curious for the shooter. I need to know how he did it too. Was he just posted up with a rifle somewhere? It must have been a rifle. Where are my JDAM sound identifying experts? Has Hassan identified the sonic signature of the shot yet? Could he aim that well with a pistol? I mean, theoretically you could, yeah. But it didn't look like the shot was nearby, but it was a close shot. Like the framing of the camera was close, so it didn't look like the guy was shooting from close distance. Oh my God, this is like my nightmare. To be like a super pro gun dude. and get killed by gun violence in an open carry, constitutional carry state. This is like when I was going to Israel and I kept getting worried that either some crazy Zionist dude would bomb and kill me or some fucking crazy Hamas dude would find us and kill us. Approximately how long ago did this happen? I don't know, like a few minutes ago? You got to start packing heat. I mean, realistically, though, what are you going to do in that circumstance? The guy got almost dome skied. Somebody in chat said there's an article that said the guy shot from 200 yards. Is that true? Like, what do you do at that point? Oh, God, hopefully he wasn't talking about Second Amendment or something.
So, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters of the last?
In the video that's farther away, you can see people look to the right after the shot. Looks like it was from pretty far away. It could be. Bullets do weird things as well, though, I think, when they're shot in like open spaces. Like there's going to be like echoes or cracks. So sometimes you can feel like it's coming from one way and not know exactly. Like there could be weird shit, but...
Too many. Okay, now five's a lot, right? I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in
Oh no, how many mass... Oh God, was it about gun violence? Oh no.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Oh no, please don't be right after that. Not after that. All right, for the next 6 months, I can only talk about things that won't be ironic if I get killed right after. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Maybe the shooter had a sense of humor. He waited for that moment. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Unironically. Well, do we know if anyone else was shot? I mean, of all the videos I've seen so far, you just hear one bullet. Seems like the guy just posted up with his, I don't know, AR-15 and a, one of those Trigicon 3.5s or whatever, and just one shot, and that was it. Dean, oh no. 'Tis the season. See you soon, Charlie. Dean. Oh no. Not to politicize this too much, but also, fuck, this is dark, it's kind of dark commentary, but like, if this would have happened in Chicago, like, I feel like the National Guard would already be deployed. The fact that it happened in Utah, I guess in some ways where I don't want to say we're lucky, but I'm also curious if the is that old guy that got arrested, the fact that he's old and white and not like black or whatever. Jesus, that's just crazy. And it's an old white guy. I mean, that's who we saw get arrested, but we don't know. We don't have any information, right? This literally just happened, right? I feel like this video is being posted, but this doesn't feel right to me. Like, where are the cops here? This guy had an AR-15, he just killed somebody, and he's just chilling with some other people standing around him. Like, is this real? Is this confirmed that this guy's a suspect? Did they find the weapon or anything? Like, this just doesn't feel right. I feel like he would have been tackled. Or campus security. My dude, unless the Utah fucking state campus security are the bravest fucking mall cops in the world, I don't feel like there's any world where campus security at a university is chasing down a dude with an assault rifle. Well, unless he surrendered to cops, maybe, actually. The cops are around him. Watch the whole video, Destiny. It just seems very chill, given everything. Is there any more information on this? Campus security are incredibly armed. They shot and killed the shooter at my school last year. Huh. Maybe. Maybe, I guess, actually, right. I mean, that's not to be. My parents used to talk about how crazy the 60s were. I think we'll all have a lot of I was there stories to tell our grandkids. Jesus. For all we know, they detained dozens of people investigating. Maybe. Destiny video on Threads. What, other videos? There's probably I imagine there's a ton of angles of him getting shot. I will say the weirdest part about the Trump shooting is I feel like we didn't get any videos posted from anybody from behind, and there must have been a ton of people who recorded it. They're pinning someone in the original stream you showed. What, the 20-minute one or whatever? Tune into our boy Hassan.
I saw the close-up video to confirm the veracity of the reporting, and
he has another outfit.
Tell you, in the absence of like immediate, super significant medical intervention, I don't know how he survives that, because.
Notice how he has his chat paused? He does this. Keep this in mind. He always has his chat paused when he doesn't trust his chat's reactions on things.
Video that is being circulated around online right now basically shows it's right in the fucking neck, and the amount of blood that gushes out of his neck in that moment, in real time, implies that there is very, very low likelihood of survival. Like, that's not. I think if your jugular was cut like that, I assume.
There's a major regional hospital only a few miles away. I think it's a remote possibility. Well, you would have to find a way to get oxygenated blood to the head. I just don't know how you do that when that artery gets cut. But maybe you can. I legitimately don't know. I have no idea. Can you survive a carotid? I keep saying carotid, I think. Can you survive a carotid artery cut? Like, wait. Hey, Charlie Kirk just got shot, and it looks like his carotid artery exploded. In your medical opinion, is it possible to survive a wound like that if he gets to the hospital immediately? Okay, time to ask all my doctor friends. Jesus. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. It is crazy. Given how he tensed up, his spine might have been hit, so he's fucked regardless. I wasn't aware that you did that when your spine got hit. I thought that was in response to like concussive damage. I called it fencing posture, but somebody said something different. I don't, what's the name for it? Damn. I should post this. It's edgy and it makes, but this is a good edgy. It makes a point. I feel like it's a little too close to home though. I know these motherfuckers will make fun of me if I get killed in an event though. So, but Jesus Christ. Did he get shot more than one time? It sounded like only one shot. That's what it sounded like. Destiny. Why? Don't link me random retarded shit. We have a guy called Batman Turd. He said, based on my assessment as a medic, the injury was non-survivable. Immediate decerebrate posturing. Refers to a severe medical condition where the body holds an abnormal, rigid posture with arms extended, toes pointed, and head arched back, indicating significant brain damage, usually from mid-brain lesion. It looked like the thing, I guess I can't tell, maybe because it could have gone like through his neck and like up into his head, right? I guess there's no way. Or it could have like gone like through the brainstem. Because it's hard with the angle of the camera. God damn, there's so much blood. Whew, this shit is... Jesus. Is this the first political influencer that was killed like this? Don't say the first, bro. Like it's one of however many. God damn. Would you stop having live events after this? Well, I feel like it's got to be the safest right now, right? Like who would do one right after, no? It looks like he was standing here. The guy got pinned down. You think the guy made the shot from... Oh. Oh shit, wait, where's the video? Fuck. Was this something you were watching?
Be safe. Okay, be safe. I don't know who's been shot.
So we would have think like around here. I'm sorry. My bad for trying to pause and play a fucking Twitter video. Did you see this video? Is it another one?
Counting game.
Oh yeah, that's the streamable that's going around. Yeah, that's like a super... Damn. Bro, he's like one-tapped. Holy shit. It's so crazy.
Shooting. I don't know who's been shot. I don't know if that was... Apparently there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. Who's been shot.
Down.
We are here live at Utah Valley.
Guys, the reason why they sound so bad, these types of microphones are meant to pick up sound like at a distance. You're not supposed to hold these right up to your mouth and speak. That's why the sound is so blown the fuck out on this. I think these are called shotgun mics. Just get like an SM 58 or 57, or 58 is like a standard mic here. It sounds fine.
I was standing right here interviewing people. Hang on. Charlie Kirk got shot.
Is this down here is where he
Got
is?
shot. This is unconfirmed. This is from my son who was down there right in front of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go down there and see if we... I don't know the accuracy of that.
Abby, are you inside or outside?
You see the fence on the right? It's there. Does he look down there anymore? Oh wait, he's going down. Sorry. Do you think it was hollow point ammo, or do regular rounds cause that much bleeding? So where you bleed in the human body is just going to be a function of like where you get hit at. I think there are a lot of small things in your hand. Like if you cut yourself with a knife in the kitchen, you can bleed a ton. But there are certain places in the body where if you get cut, you're going to gush blood like crazy. And there are other places where if you get, even if you get shot, you're not going to gush like crazy. 9mm rounds, 45 ACP, 40 ACP? Is the 40 caliber? Is that what they call it? ACP? Pistol rounds are small, and for some reason, I don't know the actual rationale why, but they tend to, when they shoot and they go through your body, and then they leave an exit wound, and that's usually good for you. The reason why they have hollow points, so they'll like it opens when it enters the body, so that it fragments in your body, causes multiple wound channels, and causes a lot more internal damage. For a pistol round, for like a small round like that, you would have a hollow point. For rifle rounds, at least for 5.56 rounds, when the round shoots, it's supposed to tumble a little bit. It causes a ton of damage going into the body just on an ordinary shot, especially because of the velocity of the round, size of the bullet, and the tumble factor and everything. They don't normally make, I don't think they normally make hollow point 5.56 rounds. I think it'll just be an ordinary, an FMJ, a full metal jacket, just a normal rifle round will shoot. It'll probably kill you, if it, depending on where it hits you, yeah.
My son just said that on the phone.
Yeah, no, he got shot in the morning. He just got shot in the
I would assume the old man did it in a terroristic fashion. Old man, not much time left to live, and acts political violence before his soon-to-arrive death. It makes sense motivationally speaking. Does it make sense? I feel like you have to be pretty crazy to... The admin already hinted at restricting firearms for trans. Get ready for restrictions on liberals. This is horrible. What is happening to our country? Yeah, Jesus. Spinal cord possible? I wish I just knew more medical shit. Maybe. I feel like it has to be some kind of brain or spinal cord injury, right? Because he assumed that posture, and it was instant. It didn't wait to pass out. It literally the microsecond he got shot. This is why from the first video I thought it seemed like he got shot, because usually when you hear, like when Trump, when it got shot at, you hear the sound and you kind of like flinch or whatever. This dude, it didn't look like he heard a sound and flinch. It looked like it hit, and he like did the weird thing. Yes, it happens with animals. If you went spearfishing, you'd see that happen all the time. Spearfishing? Fish? How can you tell the fish is doing that? He was bleeding out of his ear too? Was he? Is that bad? If you're bleeding out of your ear, does that mean a brain injury? I don't know.
Counting game
I'm looking at all the blood fucking pouring out of his neck.
violence. Great.
God damn. Jesus. Jesus, that's just crazy. Rapid loss of consciousness suggests a vasovagal response. Is that how you say that? Oh, I was going to disagree with you because I feel like if it was blood loss, it would have taken at least a second, but I didn't know what this meant. It's a common type of fainting that occurs when it's vagus nerve, which controls heart rate and blood pressure, becomes overstimulated. Does that mean, can this cause you to pass out instantly? Bro, he's gone instantly. I don't even think he knows he got shot. He's like... I don't even think he knows he got shot. Like he's like gone instantly. It's like instantaneous. Next shot. Click. Sniper 3. Shut the fuck up. Gunman not in custody. I feel like, oh God, we're doing the breaking news thing. I guess it's only because this is interesting to me because I don't want to get killed in an event. It seems unlikely to me that the shooter would be standing here if he shot. I also said that the scene looked weird. I feel like just the cops, everybody's really chill. Like it seems like a rifle shot, right? I think, are we safe to say this is a rifle shot? I guess it could have been a pistol shot at long range. But it feels like a rifle shot. I don't know if this guy could pull out an AR-15 at this range and shoot him and nobody around him is saying anything or reacting. That just seems crazy to me. But I mean, this is a crazy event. So no matter what the answer is, it's going to be crazy, right? But I'm a paramedic and this looks really rough. The amount of blood coming out and his posturing looks really bad. He also did not react at all, which is also a really poor sign for his outcome. Yeah, post the end of The Sopranos? I haven't seen all of The Sopranos. Does somebody important die in the end? Oh, shit. Well, what's up? I'm streaming, by the way.
This is, did you see what happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like, dude, Charlie's gonna be fucking dead.
I'm pretty sure he's already dead. Yeah.
Dude, we're fucked. We are so fucked.
By we, you mean we as a country right now, the United States and the current.
Like that, the party, but like mostly
Also,
like.
yes,
like
wait.
probably
I think that we're super fucked. I agree. Hold on, wait. I'll text you on Discord. I just don't want to say anything crazy. It's gonna ruin our shit. Hold on. Okay, I just want to be. I can be edgy because that's my brand. I just want to be careful. I don't even know if she's gonna say anything edgy. Probably not. I don't think she would have. I'm just trying to be careful for everybody's. New York Times update on location of the shooter. New rules for firearms on campus. Utah lawmakers updated state law governing firearms during the 2021 general session. Trying to effect May 7th. Individuals who are 18 years or older and have a current Utah concealed carry weapons permit may carry a weapon on campus, including in an open fashion on campus. I feel like guns are just so cringe. Like you can even see it in anime, like fighting with swords and everything is kind of like, you know, oh, like skillful swordmen and it's all this back and forth. But like for guns, everything has to get really cringe in anime to keep it interesting because when you shoot somebody, they just die instantly. Like I feel like in humanity, we power scaled like way too quickly onto firearms. And so like human to human combat is like very boring now because it's like an instant death. I don't think there's anything you can, I just don't think you can counter at this. There's nothing. Shot from 200 yards. A spokeswoman for Utah Valley University, Ellen Traynor, said that Kirk was struck by a suspect who had fired from the Lossy Center, a building about 200 yards away. The suspect had been taken into custody. She said was not a student. Do we have any more information on this? This is what I'm saying with like, remember the JFK shooting was impossible at like 83 yards is what people say. But like you can be really accurate with these weapons even with a 3.5, even with irons, you could be really accurate but like if you throw a 3.5 scope on there and you're zeroed up and you've practiced like twice, you can be insanely accurate. I feel like the average person doesn't realize. It's so funny. There's like this weird scale of like leftists, progressives, liberals or whatever are like scared of firearms or whatever, and then conservatives think they're holy or whatever. But there's this weird thing where like AR-15s are very not scary weapons to handle. There's no recoil. They're cheap, right? The rounds are cheap, relatively speaking, unless you're, putting 100 or 1,000 rounds down range every time you go down to shoot or whatever. And you can be really, it's very, very easy to shoot a rifle. It's very, very, very easy to shoot an AR-15. They're light. If you really want, you can anchor them somewhere. The scopes are insane. It's like a video game. It's like video game shooting. It's easier than video game shooting. I feel like the sway in video games is bigger than the sway in real life. And I'm not even like an ultra experienced shooter. Like I'm okay with pistols and I can shoot a rifle. I'm not like a fucking marksman or anything, but like with any amount of training, it is insane how, it is just so insane how easily accurate you could be, especially if you've got a good scope on your rifle. It's crazy. This is why it was crazy that one guy, whatever the kid missed Trump, 30 times or whatever. Not to say that he should have or shouldn't have or whatever, but Destiny, when looking into this further, the U of U and the UVU are different. University of Utah and Utah Valley University. This happened at Utah Valley University. Oh, so that other website was irrelevant? Wait, can I get a map of... Let's see. Utah Valley University campus map. I just butchered the fuck out of that. They just confirmed one dead and are still looking for suspect on police scanner. I don't think this is the shooter. I just don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. Jesus Christ, bro. Please, God, don't let me get assassinated. I guess I'll be dead, so I won't care. People are going to meme so many of my tweets and statements. Fuck me, dude. Why was the old man invoking the fifth while being arrested? What do you mean? You should always invoke the fifth. What do you mean? I'm going to meme so hard if you die, sorry. If he was actually 200 yards away in a building, there's no shot. The bald guy is the shooter. No shot, bro. Come on. Let's be a little sensitive with our language right now. Yeah, the idea that somebody could pull out a rifle in the audience and just shoot him, I feel like that's unlikely. But I mean, stranger things have happened.
Ever lose your keys? Is that normal aging, dementia, or something else? Fear often stops us from asking for a simple checkup from the neck up. Knowing your numbers, blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol are common.
To be fair, Charlie Kirk is or was the biggest right-wing influencer in the country, so he was the first to get shot. Is he the biggest? I don't know. He was pretty big, though.
Well,
Oh shit, has anybody changed the Wikipedia yet?
Show me 23 the front counter.
Sorry, you said you could leave at the first front counter?
What are the political implications of this? Who the fuck knows?
Heavily congested with foot traffic and vehicle traffic.
God, you know, it would be so horrible if that fucking, for like a final fundraiser, Turning Point could like sell, like, I went to Charlie Kirk's last event and survived shirts or whatever. I'm just kidding. That would be horrible. Don't, that's not good.
J371, we have drone deployed, operating at 150 feet from the southwest corner of the campus.
Let them know there's going to be no briefing. Just to start taking calls when they get here.
Picture again so that they can send it to me so I can send it to you guys.
Wait, what is that? What does this mean? There's been a video of the shot. It was the neck, praying he had combat casualty care. What, are they going to tourniquet his neck? What does that mean?
They're on a 1050 at mile marker 263, I-15 northbound, possible 1075 involved.
Don't celebrate. Listen, if liberals want to fucking be edgy on Charlie Kirk, all right, listen. I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody not to be edgy, okay? But when leftists, like when this Merrick dipshit does it, don't do it for these people, because she would make the exact same fucking tweet if Joe Biden were to get shot. They'd make the exact same tweets. Remember, these people, okay, Merrick, all the other socialists, Aaron, these guys would say the exact same thing if a liberal got shot and killed. Maybe he shouldn't have supported the genocide. So careful with who you end up agreeing or retweeting, agreeing with or retweeting on this platform. Just saying. Also, careful if you type in like rip bozo and shit on the Reddit. I think you can get banned from Reddit for that. And I'm pretty sure Hobbit is closing those threads, so careful.
This is the guy that shot him?
I just don't believe it. It just seems so chill.
This is the guy that shot him?
This guy, is his pants down? Maybe it was during the arrest. Destiny, there is a way to save a person in the field in this situation. What? Destiny, to your point about the cell phone footage of Trump's attempt, look how many angles we have here already. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, that Trump shit is really weird. I'm looking for his gun. I mean, I feel like they wouldn't have the murder weapon with him, or they wouldn't have the weapon with him necessarily. People carrying out Charlie Kirk. Oh, I see them putting him in the back of a... What is the big black thing? Expedition or something? Dude, he's so dead. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Jesus Christ. I'm seeing this 200 yards thing again. Oh, this is just quoting that same New York Times thing. I don't know where he's getting his info from, though.
Metro Medic 32 available, going back to 1.
Or they got it from the campus spokesperson. I don't know where the campus spokesperson got it from.
Clear that 950 just for 1014.
I'm so sorry, but like, does this guy still...
Suspect are in black long pants, black bag,
Is this
longer
guy-
hair, with blinks, dark aviator style, sunglasses with a long gun.
Uh-oh. Wait. Does this guy live in Indonesia still? Is he?
Blocking the northbound lanes, report of a motorcyclist that his brakes and flew off
What a wild fucking tweet.
the avenue for
Wait,
traffic
is this
control.
another video or is this the same video? Just zoomed in. I think it's the same video zoomed in, right?
Yeah,
Of
copy.
him getting shot.
Six clear.
Or 57's en route to my arbitration address.
Oh shit, wait, I just noticed. Oh wait. I can't tell if it's an artifact or... Is he bleeding out of his right ear? Out of the back of his head? Too?
Engineering building.
I wonder if it went like...
Copy.
Like through like this, like, and came out the back of his neck. Like a spinal cord or something, or...
County for 4200 North University Avenue in Provo for an accident with injuries. It's going to be a motorcyclist who hit his brakes and flew off of the bike. He'll be a 20 to 30-year-old male, conscious and breathing, not alert, with a wound on his leg. 4200 North University Avenue.
I would be super sus of any Twitter accounts. Charlie Kirk has officially been confirmed dead. I don't think they would... fuck me, dude. I need a doctor on stream. I don't think you can pronounce people dead until he gets to the hospital, right? Do they do it in an ambulance? Regardless, he didn't take an ambulance. They put him in the back of the big black vehicle or whatever.
I found the description you were looking for.
Are they expeditions? Is that what they're called?
The mail.
So you wouldn't get...
You ready for that?
You wouldn't get confirmation of him being dead until he gets to the hospital, right? Unless they stopped and found an ambulance and then a paramedic. I don't know if paramedics can do time of death. An Escalade, Suburban, or Expedition.
Sunglasses with a long gun. Information was given at 13:26.
I buried a person recently. You need at least 2 hours before the pronounced dead. What? There's no shot that that's true. What?
Sent a different photo.
You could be dead at the scene if there's no vitals. Yeah, but I don't think there was a doctor or anybody at the scene to pronounce him dead. They just carried him off to the Suburban or whatever and then drove him to the hospital. They would have to go from like... They would have to carry him from the place to get him to like a hospital bed on some kind of life support in like 4 minutes for there to be... Like, I don't even know if it's possible. Didn't Shadow say there's a nearby hospital? Yeah, but but we're talking like seconds matter here. Nearby hospital, there's a big difference between like a hospital's like 10 minutes away versus like 2 minutes away.
Respond to accident at 3700 North University Avenue in Provo. On fire 1.
They must have doctors at the event, no? They might, but I didn't show it on stream, but there's a video of like 5 or 6 men carrying him into a Suburban, I'm guessing to take him to the hospital. I don't know if a doctor was in that group or not.
3700 North University. We don't see an accident at this time. Do you have any details?
Or let's go ahead and start. Give another one.
I literally saw it happen in front of my eyes. I was just there. He looked at almost immediately, man, there was so much blood flowing, and it was a solid 10 seconds before anyone covered the shot. There were paramedics already on site when I left, about 1 minute after. Says a guy in Kick Chat.
What he's telling us about ET 10 minutes, I finally was able to contact somebody at 1332. So on the tow list to get somebody to answer.
4200. Although we are getting another report about TA at 3700 North University Avenue. I'll send somebody else on.
Is this the confirmed building? The Lossy Center. This would have been where the shot's from?
For just confirming.
Look at the ad.
723.
It's fine, though.
About 2 minutes. I'll give you a patient admission here in a second.
What was the last thing he said before being shot? He was talking about guns, and he said gang violence.
It's the same as the 4200 North. It's going to be a single motorcycle crash.
Thunder, nice.
Your call, station 23, you can cancel this one that you were paged to as a duplicate.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are these guys in the center or whatever? I bet there's a way that you can tell like where the shot like comes from based on the like the sound of the crack or whatever and how it, but I don't know how to do it. Like, and when you played Arma, you could always hear the crack of the bullets like hitting stuff near you before you could hear the like the shot, but I don't know how that factors in here. Jesus. You can see a blood spurt behind Charlie for a split second. The bullet probably went through him. I have a 4chan close-up clip. Yeah, I saw that. It's the same 4-second clip that's getting posted on different mediums. But yeah, it looked like there was blood that started to gush out of the back, but it was for like a couple frames, literally. Abby tweeted and said, there's no update yet, but I would be extremely surprised if we survived. It looked like a full or near full transection, the left jugular and or I keep wanting to say cardioid, carotid, Jesus, carotid artery. It's rare to the point of a case report or two to come back from that. NBC's reporting he's at the hospital now.
any second shots. I wasn't immediately worried. I didn't feel like, it seems clear that whoever was doing this was not really going to target other people. So
crying and like
I stayed
I'm
relatively
like
calm after that.
hyperventilating and fucking basically almost like I'm like dry heaving and like almost throwing
the gunman at all?
No, I did not see the gunman at all. I literally just heard the shot and then chaos.
I mean, you sound pretty calm now, and you said you thought it was just one shot, but I got to think this was incredibly jarring to see somebody you came to see speak
fucking die in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely sure that it was
it's a fair
one shot.
question. Sorry.
No, I know that, but I'm saying were you had to be. I'm just surprised that this wasn't jarring to you, or was it?
Oh, it was. Like in the moment, it absolutely was. I kind of did get a little bit of adrenaline, seeing what had happened, seeing people. But I started seeing people like run through bushes and along the side of the building, and like people trying to crowd toward the small place at the door. And it just occurred to me that like, there's a good chance of people trampling each other, and that was really my bigger concern after that. So I was trying to tell people like stay calm, walk slowly, because that wasn't really the general vibe that I was getting from people. But after, like, I think that gradually that did start to set in with people that we're probably fine. And then we went into the lobby of the building, the main building at UVU.
Tyler, did you see anybody take Charlie Kirk out of there? Did you see what he looked like after he was shot? Could you see anything in the seconds afterwards when he sort of fell over, I think is the way you described it?
No, I couldn't see anything. I talked with people afterwards. They were saying that some of the people near the front were saying that they'd seen blood. Another lady that I talked directly to, she said that he'd been hit on the left side of the chest, potentially.
I saw that tweet. It was stupid. It's just because I saw the blood on the side of his chest.
Like, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And then after he's shot, I mean, does the crowd realize what's happening?
Yeah, I think people realized pretty quick. There were people who were absolutely certain that, that he wasn't going to make it, like literally within 60 seconds. Like, I heard people going, oh my goodness, like, it's over for him. Like, pray for him. Like,
because the gunshot wound was so severe?
I'm
Jesus
assuming.
Christ. NBA circle jerk. Charlie Kirk if Curry was the shooter.
Initial assumption was that he'd been hit in the head, actually, because I saw his head go back.
Yeah. It sounds like it was such a violent thing to witness. Were you on campus to just to ask him a question, to debate him? Were you there just out of curiosity?
I wanted to ask him a question. I had a prepared question for him.
And for our viewers who don't really understand the Charlie Kirk tour, I think it's called the American Comeback Tour, and it says prove me wrong on the tent. The whole sort of premise of these events are that people can go and debate Charlie or ask him about something, correct?
Yep, that's...
Why is he so obsessed with me? Are you okay, bro? I think I have him blocked even. If Charlie does end up dying, his kids will still probably see their dad about as much as you see the son you abandoned. Are you okay, little bro? Does Charlie Kirk even have kids? Jesus Christ. I'm like fucking Israel-Palestine to this dude. He has a newborn? Oof, damn.
Yeah, obviously somebody got a gun into that outdoor amphitheater there. Or I should just say the amphitheater, but
it's actually interesting to me how much of a difference video makes. Like, we've had multiple school shootings where 20 plus kids get turned into a Tarantino movie, and the response hasn't been as crazy as this. Reminds me of how footage from the Vietnam War turned public opinion against it. I wonder if this actually has effects on American gun culture in a way unfilmed school shootings don't. No, I don't think so. The video sucks or makes it more real, but the reason why, well, for me personally, I'm guessing for most of you, I think the reason why this feels so weird is because usually like shooting and death and stuff happens to others, like other people. Like, it's a thing that you talk about, but it doesn't really happen to you or your group. These are like horrific things that don't happen. So seeing somebody who's like part of your like circle or group of people have a thing that like that happen to them, I think is a very jarring experience because it's just not something that you're used to. Like that's not possible. Like it's, you know, like Gazans or Israelis getting shot and killed, or a gangbanger getting shot and killed, or some other thing. But to see somebody that like you kind of like know of, or that is in your circle, it just feels a lot different. I don't know why. It just I'm sure there's some ordinary human empathetic response where closer to you feels different. But these just they're very abstract things that don't ever feel like they can happen to you. And then when they happen to somebody more in your circle, it just feels a lot different. I think it hits a lot different.
Terror, it's to intimidate people who...
Is the 4-second clip with the shitload of blood actually real? I believe so. Nobody's saying anything different, and there's multiple angles.
Trying to invite discussion and have people come up and ask him questions to challenge his ideas. And, you know, I wanted to do that. And I mean, obviously what I saw was horrible, but kind of as a secondary point to that, I'm disappointed I didn't.
Is he just lying? Is he just saying this to get like an early tweet? Source tells me Charlie is stable. Does stable count as dead? Like stable dead? The fuck? He wouldn't even be... It would be like... He'd be like critical or something. Or no, what? Why would he even tweet this?
Shot in the neck or the chest. We're hearing that from eyewitnesses and also other reports from people that have been out there. How much time do first responders have for a gunshot wound like that, where it is near so many vital parts of the body to try to save somebody?
Like your brain?
Yeah, so I saw the video unedited, and I can tell you right now, it is going to be tough to save him just from the amount of blood loss. I've had a friend, John, who was shot in Afghanistan through the neck, and he got a few stitches in the front and a couple of stitches in the back, and that was it, and he was back on his feet. The neck is very...
I hate fucking breaking news. Why does anybody cover this shit? I'm only watching this right now because it's obviously something that's very in my circle. God, in the neck doesn't mean anything. Why are we even listening to the in the neck? Like, you can get cut in the neck or throat and it's not a big deal. Or you can have a bullet pierce your fucking artery and come up the back of your spine. These are significantly different things. Okay, sorry. Ugh. Wow, okay. The video you're watching is a black screen. Do they have HDR protection on NBC News? AP is reporting that Kirk is in critical condition. What does critical means? I'm sure there's like a rating system, like what all the different things mean. Oh, not HDR, HDCP, is that? New angle showing him fall, not safe for life.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence? Right.
That's so crazy. Oh my God. Jesus. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times. There's nothing else I can really add to that. Close-up shot of the stream of blood out. Yeah, we've already seen this one. I think if it's the same one, it's been posted a ton. Yeah. That fall would fuck him up even if he didn't get shot. I think the shot is probably significantly more damaging here than the fall off the chair. I have a screen recording of the shooting from the third row if you want it. What, like you were there, or from what? Like you have unique footage, or? Jesus Christ, this tweet. Charlie deserved it for biting his older brother's hand in that video. This is too edgy and too niche and not funny enough. But because of Hassan's basketball skills, I feel like you could do one for this. Charlie Kirk if Hassan Piker was the shooter. But it's not. It's not. That's not. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think Hassan's rhetoric had an impact on the psyche of the shooter? I wouldn't even begin to know. I mean, like, this guy, the guy could have come from any political faction, no? He could be a far lefty that thinks that Charlie Kirk is a fascist. He could be a center leftist that thinks that he's like a super, that thinks like I do. He's like a super mega, you know, traitor guy. He could be far right who thinks that he's like an Israeli sellout. He could be like a weirdo anarcho dude, like the one church shooter trans person a couple weeks ago, a week ago. Okay, it could be anything, right? There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people want to kill a lot of different people in this country right now. At least 3 students in critical condition after shooting at Evergreen High School in Jefferson County, Colorado. We're on another shooting right now, okay? That mass shooting is going to have to wait. This is honestly not surprising. I've been deep diving this news shit for the past 2 months and it's unironically brain rotting. Like, people call me emotionless IRL, but I've never wanted to flip the fuck out more than I have the past few months deep throating this shit and Fox News, the White House just shit post. I wish that I could find the post on my subreddit. Fuck. It was like a comment chain. It was like a top level comment and then I think a reply to it. It was in response to me watching a video or something. I vibed with the comment a lot. I wish I could remember what thread it was on. But I think somebody was like, does Destiny just seem like he doesn't care as much about this? Like, I feel like I've had this feeling for a few months, or it took Destiny a few months to get to where I'm at right now. Fuck, I wish I could remember. Fuck, what thread I was reading. Wait, is this the angle that I just watched? I think so. What is the gist of the comment? Literally what I just said. Browsing history. It's on my. I browse on like the Reddit Narwhal app or whatever, so I don't think it's in my history. A spokeswoman. See, like, now I don't know if I trust this comment. A spokeswoman for Utah Valley University, Ellen Trainer, said that Kirk was struck by a suspect who had fired from the Lossie Center, a building about 200 yards away. The suspect had been taken into custody, she said, and was not a student. Because this is saying where he got shot from, but was somebody taken into custody? I feel like that would have been reported on. I feel like somebody would have got wind of this. Jesus, bro, the NBA circle jerkers are brutal. I don't even know anything about basketball, and that subreddit is fucking hilarious. What are these dick rider fucks? Oh my God. Kill me twice. If I get shot at a fucking event and killed, and the New York Times is quoting Hassan Terrorist Piker for my death, just fucking obliterate my body. Oh my God, please, God, don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. Jesus, kill me. Why the fuck would you quote the literal terrorist supporter guy on this? Jesus. They were debating. Who cares? This was it for weeks. We don't need Mr. Terrorist Piker's takes on this. I don't know why you guys are typing. Like, you guys reach for the most random relevant facts. Like, oh, maybe this is why. Jesus. Like, why are they quitting? Oh, he was scheduled for a haircut in 2 days. Okay. My God. Yeah, seriously. This is the guy that they quote. This guy? This was the one who you're quoting right now about how horrible gun violence is? Good one. How long did he get banned from Twitch for this? Was it for 30 days or? Jesus Christ. Tim Pool right now. People keep saying that this is the footage of the suspect being detained. I do not believe this. I don't think this is true. I know everybody's... I don't know why I'm even bothering to... I don't think this is the shooter suspect. People are way too chill around him. Where this guy got arrested from was like in the crowd. It just doesn't seem likely. I don't think I believe this. I don't believe it. Maybe it is, but I haven't seen anything else confirming it. Like, I don't think any major media's reporting on this, but... Grok confirmed it? Oh, well, if Grok confirmed it... There's another video of him.
How dare you! 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 You're such a monster! What a monster! Such a monster! Monster! A monster!
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I don't think it was. But...
Was that you? We don't know if it's him or not.
What do you expect them to do after they apprehend them? They are chill because they got him. There isn't anything else to do. Cops are never chill, number one. But it looked like this guy initially got arrested. He was like in the audience. This guy, right? This is the same guy that was arrested like in the audience, like maybe like no more than 20 or so yards, if that, from where Charlie Kirk was. Like, are you saying this guy pulled out a rifle right there and shot him?
We don't know.
Miskiff agrees with you that it might not be the shooter. Do we know that it was him in the audience? Oh, I guess technically we don't. Maybe...
Was insane.
That is completely different.
How politics?
This man was not locking people into gas chambers.
I don't think Hitler did any of that.
Right.
Killing Hitler was insane.
That is completely different.
How? It's politics.
This man was not locking people into gas chambers.
I don't think Hitler did any of that. It was other people that did it for Hitler.
Oh my God, Miz, please.
I like how you go like this.
I don't want to be in this fucking clip of you, please. That was horrifying. That made my heart.
Wait, somebody... I was not. A friend sent this to me. It was on Twitter, but it's been deleted. Not safe for work. Obviously, I'd also mute it before you play it on stream. It's loud. Bro, this is the exact same fucking video that is being posted everywhere. Why the fuck did you send this to me? Good one. He wasn't in the audience. I was about 10 rows from Charlie. They're saying they got that guy out of the building about 200 meters away. Oh, are they saying they pulled this guy out of the building? Oh, maybe I'm just assuming he was the one in the audience. If he's not, then maybe, well, maybe this guy could be at that. Well, if they arrested the shooter, though, I feel like they'd say it, right? Where's the weapon? They didn't find it? Wouldn't this be reported somewhere? Destiny, why would he say shoot me if he's not associated? Sounds like he doesn't want to be taken in and wants to die. Why wouldn't he just kill himself? Why do you guys do this weird... Do you guys not... I don't understand why everybody falls into these stupid backwards rationalization things where you try to like find a fact and make it fit everything. People say and do retarded fucking shit all the fucking time. Like, what do you mean? Like, wow, if he says that, that must be 100%. Like, these are exceptional events. The idea that you could, like, so easily declare, like, oh, well, if he says this, he must be a shooter. Like, we need more than that. If this is the guy they pulled out of the building 200 yards away, and if they found a weapon or something, I would maybe believe it, but... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yes sir, 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 yes sir.
My God. Politico reporter saying the blood spurting video is AI. Tweet is deleted. Okay. New York Times reports he's not the shooter. The police determined that a person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter, according to Scott Trotter, a university spokesman. Okay. Wait, have we seen the shooting from more than one angle with the blood? I think we have, right? Oh, this was the comment. Thank you for finding it 17 hours ago. I've been noticing Destiny closing out of this nonsense rhetoric from online politics more often now. I got to this point a few months ago. There's a weird undertone in it all that I cannot really describe right now. Best I can call it is disingenuous and misleading if I'm being really kind. It's tiring to listen to people like Hassan lie with impunity, the government growing corrupt by the day, and a government party, or a Democratic Party that is slow to rise from its feet. I'm not a doomer, but it definitely isn't the best feeling to feel like an island in a sea of crazy. It's been like that for a while for me as well. At first it was just Trump fans, but it's been all of politics, to be honest. I can't count the amount of times I've closed out a vid once the script starts getting read by these people. Once you realize that everything they say is either a lie or a half-truth, meant to lead to a specific end, and nothing you can say or they can hear will change that, it's pointless. You know, everything they're going to say and all the counters, it's like watching a rerun of the same episode over and over and over again. I can only tolerate when he's actively having a discussion with someone about politics now, or yeah, I agree with this. Jesus. Oh shit, hold on. It's virtue signal time. Where's the picture of that Hassan tweet? Got it. Man, wow, that's pretty crazy. That's crazy, chat. Oh, we saw this. In June, we had a Democratic state legislator assassinated in Minnesota and another shot by a guy with a list of other victims. Kirk's murder is hideous and awful, and this rising tide of violence is terrifying, but anyone calling it one-sided is lying to you. True. I said this like 20 times and nobody cares, right? The fact that Hassan is like saying crazy shit on stream after 2 Jewish people get shot coming out of like a fucking Jewish museum, and the fact that those 2 lawmakers got killed, and only 2 because the police were proactive on that, which I give them mad props for. It could have been who knows how many people, right? Because I think after the 2 lawmakers got shot, the police force was like, we need to start calling all these people because there might be like a pattern or some shit going on, and they managed to catch him, I think, on his way to the 3rd house, like jumping the fence or some shit, right? Like that could have been so much worse. Oh damn, another view.
You know how many trans Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
God, what a horrible topic to get assassinated on. Jesus.
Now 5 is a lot, right? I'm going to give you over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
It's just such an insane shot team. Jesus. My God. Confirm that the man in custody is not the gunman. Yeah, people have said that. He's alive and critical. I could be wrong. I need a doctor. I think critical condition can also just mean that you're being kept alive on machines. Like you might be... Can someone be brain dead in critical condition? Is that possible? I don't know if they would say that or not. A patient can be in critical condition and later declared brain dead. Brain death is the permanent cessation of all brain functions, which occurs after severe brain injury or illness. Patients are often kept on life support machines in an ICU to maintain bodily functions, but once brain death is confirmed, the patient is... Yeah, I think he's... Hold on. I don't know. I'm telling you to hold on. Don't hold on. Do what the fuck you want to do. Destiny, it means life-threatening, unstable vital signs, uncertain outcome, serious condition is 1 step lower. Lower? Like as in better, or... I imagine critical is worse Serious is not as bad as critical. Yeah, okay.
And this, oh, I'm in the gym right now, and this is what comes across my news feed. And I'd just like to say prayers for Charlie Kirk and his family, and Democrats, woke people, and liberals, fuck you. Oh, I'm in the...
Okay, dude. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Wait. I'm behaving so much on Twitter right now, okay? I could have said so much insane stuff and I haven't, okay? I'm behaving so much. Kirk being rushed to the car. That's old. He's at the hospital now. The thing is, like, depending upon... fuck me, dude. There's some stuff that I don't like to talk about because it's, because if you publicize it too much, it's kind of like self-fulfilling. Like, if you say, like, oh, like, if I was to kill somebody, this is how I would do it. Ha 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 ha, right? And, like, never get caught. Like, it just, like... I'm not saying this happened, because who knows? But, like, imagine this guy has, like, a mask on. Like, one of those... Like, there's pretty realistic, like, pullover face masks that, like, not like a... what do you call them? Not like a COVID mask, but like so that you look like somebody different, to where like if you were talking to the person, you would know that it's clearly fake. But from like a distance, you know, you're just whatever, you know. No, people are saying like a balaclava. No, like an actual like a face replica mask or whatever, like a silicone like face, like to look like somebody else or whatever. Like, imagine like you walk into a building, especially if you have it planned, right? If you already know where you're shooting, assuming your scope and rifle works, you wait for the event to go on. You've got like a hour plus window. You go to where you've pre-planned. You already know the range and everything. So you know the mil dot and everything. And you just walk up to the window, wait for there to be like not many people nearby. Take out your bag, take out your rifle, aim, shoot, put your rifle away. If you're 200 yards away, rifle goes away, like mask comes off, toss it in a trash can, I guess toss the backpack if you need to, and just like walk out and leave. I feel, how would you ever get caught? Like that's the only thing I wonder. I'm only saying this because it's been how long and they haven't got the guy yet? I feel like don't people normally get caught like pretty quickly after these things? Like I feel like somebody could just do this and just like disappear, and it's like, oh, okay, well. Or they shoot themselves. They had masks for the bank robbery in good time. Oh, maybe something like this, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. $413? I don't think I'd believe this. 4 minutes ago, I feel like we would have heard this, no? Utah Speaker Mike Schultz confirms Charlie Kirk is dead. I feel like we would have... I don't believe shit like this. Wait for mainstream media to report it. She's saying Charlie is alive. Alive here is a misnomer. we're getting back to the abortion debates. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody can be on machines on life support in critical condition, but they're brain dead, basically. We just don't know it yet. You're waiting for the confirmation. Just because the person's alive doesn't mean anything here. Like, he could be gone. But maybe not. Maybe they found a way to, or maybe the damage isn't as severe as it looked, maybe, and it just looked really bad. But this is why I say wait for some mainstream thing to report it. If somebody wants, somebody should measure like the time between him being carried to the car. I feel like there's enough clips and everything. Like him getting shot, carried to the car, and then how close the nearest hospital was. And you could probably find out the chances of...
Stop, folks! Stop!
Oh, this is him being carried off to the car. Yeah, like this looks more like how I would expect the police to be in this situation. These guys have their guns out even. That's him being carried to the car. This cop has his pistol out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it cut out. Yeah, a friend of mine that's close to the family said he didn't make it.
323? Dan Bilzerian is a fucking retard. Why would you trust any of these fucking retards? An hour ago, yeah.
Of a lot of people as they are concerned for his well-being. Right now, this is all we know, that he is in critical condition, and as soon as we get more information, I will bring that to you. Mary, Ron, back.
All right, information coming in just by the second here, and we have new information into our CBS News 24/7 newsroom. An interview.
What is this outfit combination?
Charlie Kirk, just before the shooting. Let's take a listen.
But after I got done talking to him, I really couldn't exit because there's such a big crowd.
Do you think there's really a chance of the shooter escaping with all the video footage? Surely someone caught something. Things will likely be pieced together quickly, like with Luigi. The Luigi guy was fucking retarded. This guy seemed way more calculated, but I don't know.
It's really weird because the second guest that I talked to, before I went and asked him the question, what I was going to ask him, he was talking to him about how he was going to ask about transgenderism or something like that, but nothing about shootings. And this is the irony that came to me, which was like, right when he asked that, not like 5-10 seconds later, he was shot. And
do people just like, are people just like tweeting this out to be the first one without confirming anything? Like aren't these like reputable, semi-reputable Twitter accounts? Justin, Charlie Kirk, pronounced dead, age 31. Where?
Position for sure, and I think it had to have been a long rifle based off of how, so Charlie was like 10 yards in front of me from where my microphone was. So even if you have a pistol, if someone was talking about a pistol and all this stuff, and
all right, that was an interview from an eyewitness there who had just spoken to Kirk right before he had been shot. So obviously new information coming in. I want to go now to Anna Schechter, senior producer for the CBS News.
If anyone will have it first, it'll be TMZ. I don't know. I think it's going to be some mainstream media. I'm pretty sure TMZ knows when people die because TMZ is just really well connected when it comes to like celebrities and shit. That doesn't mean that they automatically know, like, what's the death count in Gaza? Oh, let's ask TMZ because the meme is they always report first on celeb deaths, LOL. Like the whole fucking United States and probably a decent chunk of the world right now is probably at least some parts of it, but the whole United States is looking at this shooting right now. Like, we're going to know when he's dead. It's not going to be because fucking TMZ reports it. It's going to be because every mainstream media news outlet in the United States and maybe world gets a hold of the information.
Going room to room to try to clear people away from the area. But we reported earlier, we had multiple sources who told us a man was in custody. There is video of that our own confirmed team has cleared, and that individual has now been released. So still very fluid situation, unclear exactly who the suspect is and the motive. We still do not have either of those at this time. But the latest information is that the person who was taken into custody has now been released.
Yeah, let's touch on that, Anna, because we were saying let's not be quick to talk about what a motive may be, and obviously let's not be quick to talk about who the gun...
Whoever this guy is, the Nightcrawler guy from the Spicy Sonal tweet, this is a real sociopath. He held that fucking video steady the entire time.
May be. And so in this particular case, they did make an arrest. Was this person armed, and do we know why they jumped to that conclusion?
Oh, they got him. Okay, well, I mean, for a best case scenario, I guess, it looks like they might have literally ran Charlie out, like, he might have been in the back of that car within, like, 20 seconds, assuming this video from start to finish is him getting to the car.
In America over the last 10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
That's at, like, 10 seconds, and then he's already fallen behind stage. It looks like there are guys that are picking him up. Are they carrying him away? Hold on. And 15 seconds, 16 maybe? Well, they might drive him to the hospital, like, fucking immediately. Maybe? I don't know, dude, though. That's a rough one. Link? Here you go. The Arcolite guy posted in chat.
To arrest that person.
You see, you can see, and investigators can take a look at the angle and do an analysis. There are people who are highly trained and have a lot of experience doing this, and they're going to
get right up. Wait, I live in Utah, and this is from my cousin's friend. This was the building that was reported that the shot came from, I believe.
Yeah, you think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from,
Is that a person, or is that like a thing, or?
Finger. Well, from over there.
Oh, maybe that's like a police officer or something?
And now he's right there. Just saying, just get right up.
Yeah, you think he'd already be in place?
You would think that.
to try to at this time. We have not been alerted that it is all clear. We have not gotten any information that, the threat is neutralized at this point.
All right, Anna Schechter. Anna, thank you so much. We'll come back to you for more information on CBS News 24/7 as we monitor this. Let's get to our breaking news correspondent Chanel Call in the CBS newsroom in New York. Chanel, what are you learning right now?
Well, we're just tracking some social media reaction to the shooting that took place at Utah Valley campus earlier today. I want to start with Senator Amy Klobuchar, Democratic senator, writing
these masks.
I'm praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. There is no place for political violence in our country. It needs to be condemned, and it needs to stop now. Also seeing New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani tweeting this, saying, I'm horrified by the shooting of Charlie Kirk at a college event in Utah. Political violence has no place in our country. Mitt Romney is saying this, the shooting of Charlie Kirk has shocked and sickened me and my family. We extend our prayers and profound sorrow to Charlie and his family, many friends and followers. Another senseless act of violence appalls us. Nancy Pelosi saying the horrific shooting today at Utah Valley University is reprehensible. Political violence has absolutely no place in our nation. All Americans should pray for Charlie Kirk's recovery and hold the entire UVU community in our hearts as they
Stop. Listen. The network that airs the Charlie Kirk show, Real America's Voice, is currently displaying this Chiron. Charlie Kirk has passed. Listen. Every reporter, police officer, like medical personnel, all the mainstream media are probably plugged into this right now. I would be shocked if some random fat fucking retard got a hold of this. Also,
Absolutely. So many
shooting and everything is bad. It's bad. But like, this is like, for conservatives, this is like kind of fuck around and find out. This is what they want. Remember, you're like deploying the National Guard to places. You're sending the Marines around. You're talking about us, go to war with people. Like, this is kind of this is what we're kind of gearing up for. So, I mean, you can't really be surprised when this is the kind of shit that's happening, right? Like, when politicians are getting killed, when people are, acting fucking unhinged and insane, and you're all feeding into this like crazy, like, yeah, there are going to be deaths on both sides of it. That's how it works. This is how like a degenerating democracy appears. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of stupid to act surprised on this.
the same.
All right, we'll continue to follow this. Chanel, we'll circle back with you on CBS News 24/7. Thank you so much. Obviously, a flurry of social media posts from political leaders following the news of the shooting. Chanel read a few. President Donald Trump posting to Truth Social, writing, quote, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot, a great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." Vice President J.D. Vance posted.
His own network is saying he is dead. Stop, Destiny, it's true. Bro, this tweet is 10 minutes old. You're saying these people found out and tweeted it and nobody else has figured this out yet? Shut the fuck up.
At Utah Valley University for FBI Director support on the ongoing response and investigation. Also, Speaker Mike Johnson posted, quote, "Please join us in praying for our good friend."
But I can't tell if this is a meme post in my chat or not. Bro, I'm sorry, but you're off the deep end, Destiny. This shit is too far. It's always the left that pulls this shit and then goes, oh, this is what the right wants. Come on. I don't know if that's a sarcastic... I don't know if that's sarcastic or not.
Today, we will continue to share updates. Those responsible will be held fully accountable. Violence has no place in our public life. Americans of every political...
I'm seeing this clip posted everywhere.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
What do they think people do at these events? I mean, that's a retarded comment. But no more retarded than anything these fucking morons say, so what are you going to do? Based. I welcome the retardation.
Lots of confusion, even amongst local law enforcement that our teams are talking to, trying to figure out what happened there with an initial purported suspect taken into, or person of interest taken into custody, who was then released. So very chaotic, fluid situation. As I mentioned before, those open air, crowded event spaces like the one where this occurred, that's incredibly difficult not only to secure ahead of time and during the event, but then afterwards. You can imagine hundreds of people running to safety, dropping items, and law enforcement and investigators are trying to come in there and find a weapon, find the suspect. Very, very challenging situation. At this point, we have no information about a weapon identified or potentially dropped by a suspect who fled, or whether or not a suspect is even in custody. According to our latest reporting, it appears it's possible that police are now chasing down leads. Remember,
chasing down leads.
There's a lot of open source.
I feel like the guy's gone, but I mean, I don't know. But like, there's not a cell phone video of this guy coming out of the building. There's nothing. There's really nothing. We don't have. It didn't sound like he had like, like a silencer or subsonic ammo. That sounded like a full report shot. So you'd think somebody in the building would have heard or something. No, that's crazy. Was the building closed that day or?
Items, very difficult to figure out. where exactly that shot came from and where the shooter might have fled to. Of course, there are people, highly trained investigators, who would have done an immediate analysis, guesswork as to exactly where that shot was fired from, and they want to case that area, looking for any clues.
Oh, he's like, so he's gonzo. You guys have the police scanner up, right? Nobody's reporting a chase or anything. This guy is like, oh shit, dude, if they don't find the shooter, that's gonna be the most fertile ground for fucking insane conspiracy shit.
And as soon as shots were fired from atop that adjacent
shots,
building,
I only heard one shot.
It was complete chaos. Now, in that case, there were snipers, Secret Service snipers, relatively nearby who took out the shooter within seconds. This is a very different situation, it appears, at this time. You can see on your screen, those look like federal law enforcement agents, potentially, SWAT team there coming out, and they're trying to figure out exactly what is their game plan, where teams are going to be deployed. So, as I mentioned, very fluid situation at this point.
Yeah, and Anna, I can't help but think that this has been more than an hour since the shooting happened. So this window is certainly closing into potential suspects in the immediate area. And so when we first reported that there was a suspect in custody, whether it was the shooter or not, that led us to think maybe that window was closed and maybe they found someone. But this is now a wide open investigation. Can you talk to that? And now just how widespread? That's
a great point, because the farther out we are from the initial event, that then widens the periphery of places that law enforcement needs to.
Can you update us? Is the shooter caught or not? No, I don't think they have any idea who it is. There are no suspects. They're just like casing basically the area now. I don't know how confirmed it is, but apparently the school spokesperson said that the shot was from 200 yards away in one of the buildings, 200 yards away from Kirk, and the shooter's is gone, I guess.
For sure. You see there that members of that police SWAT team there, it seems like they've been given their marching orders. They're going to a specific location. That looks like a Humvee that they're riding on. They have their bulletproof vests on, long guns. So they're the gentleman in the front pointing. So we just have to wait and see in terms of how they're going to apprehend the suspect.
Absolutely. And as we look at this investigation into finding the suspect, we're certainly waiting for more information on Kirk's condition as well. We'll certainly report that just as soon as we have it.
Could be a DC shooter type deal, using a cutout in the trunk of a car with a driver, or is the school's courtyard closed off? Either way, if he's not got in 48 hours, he's in Mexico and then Russia in no time. You know what? I don't trust that announcement, actually, from the I don't trust the announcement from the school spokesperson. Why do we think that that shot came from that building? I also don't trust people to be able to originate the sound of a gunshot in an open area. It sounds like it could come from anywhere. Dude, I don't know if we know if it came from that building. I shouldn't even repeat what the spokesperson said.
So I basically started yelling, guys, we gotta go, and we just all started leaving. I left all my friends. We just lost all each other, and then I just came and found my host family's dad and office. Yeah, so I'm here right now outside of the campus.
Wouldn't his own network have direct knowledge of his condition, given that they'd probably report there before anywhere else? My guess is they would tell family members before anyone else. That'd be my guess. Like immediate family, maybe close friends. If like whoever showed up at the hospital with him, maybe.
A lot of the college students were there.
Maybe the president if Trump is calling.
With families. I think everybody's probably feeling about the same of how I feel right now. So.
I mean, just what are your whole thoughts on this? I mean, this event comes and people come out and show out not expecting this.
I'll be honest with you. I'm neutral, moderate, but you can debate, argue, disagree with whoever, but I think it's totally wrong to shoot an individual. Yeah, so I'm just trying to digest everything right now, but that's my thought at least. So
how long would you say it took for everyone to get out of the area?
Probably for a little bit. I think maybe like up to 3.
Rewatch video and watch the ring he's wearing. It randomly breaks. Bro, videos can artifact in all sorts of different ways. The idea that the fuck is this? Oh, this is in LA. Stop with this autistic shit. Go do that. Go do that retarded
Have you
shit
been
somewhere
able
else.
to make contact with anyone you were with?
I have. Everybody's safe with their families and friends. Yeah, and I called them and they asked me if I was okay, and I'm fine, and everybody's doing okay. So, yeah. One shot. Yeah.
All right.
What do you think conservative response to this will be? It's going to be the exact same response that it always is. It's going to be blaming the left. It's going to be a call for more aggressive rhetoric towards the left. It's going to be a call for the left to condemn or disavow whatever the fuck. Anybody on the left that does any sort of disavow whatever bullshit, I think is cucked and weak. I saw Newsom doing it earlier. At some point, if I hear any mainstream conservative say, we need to bring the temperature down, then I'll start taking it seriously. But until then, nah, fuck that. I don't think same thing I said on the
I didn't actually see Charlie, but I heard just a loud pop. And in my mind, I was like, okay, could be a firework, could be something, but I had a cement kind of pillar or barrier behind me. And, just to be cautious, I kind of went behind it. The people with me were like, what was that? And then that's when people started saying to us, hey, Charlie's been shot. I saw him fall. And then I knew, okay, this is an active shooter situation. I crouched down. A lot of us crouched down. We really didn't know what to do. I was just kind of waiting for, I guess, other shots to go off. Maybe 30 seconds after the shot, people started to yelling, run. There was a door maybe 10 feet from us, and people started filing through that. And so we said, all right, let's go. I crouched down, went to the door, and I just took off running. And, I guess ran as far as I could until I felt safe to the parking lot, and then eventually to my truck. And it was with a couple other people, and we all kind of stuck together. And we didn't know each other beforehand, but stuck together. We're just talking about it afterwards. So that's basically what happened to me. I was maybe 50 to 100 feet directly to the right.
Jesus.
Of Charlie Kirk.
Was this 3 hours ago?
On August 22nd, Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina by a savage career criminal.
Her life story, I think, will be told both in the United States and Ukraine for years to come. What do you think the importance of this story is most fundamentally?
This was one of the coldest, most senseless murders I've ever seen. She had no interaction with this guy whatsoever. She was sitting minding her own business, and he just takes out a knife and just decides to stab her. I do say this with some form of just heaviness. I don't like politicizing situations like this, but it just necessitates it because there are so many dynamics at play here.
This is what they're going to do with Charlie's death, just to be aware, because I know every liberal is going to rush to Twitter to condemn political violence and all this bullshit. The right's not going to. They're only going to condemn the left. That's what's going to happen. You have the most inflammatory president in all of U.S. history. I'm sorry, but it super falls on deaf ears to try to do this. Oh, no.
Here, based on the information evidence we have, the attacker did say, I got that white girl. The attacker racialized it in his own telling of this situation. And we all know this. Any honest observer of your program knows this, including Van Jones even knows this deep down, which is that, of course, if a random white person on a subway took out a knife and stabbed a black girl senselessly to death, there would be massive media coverage. There would be policy changes. There would be people having to apologize for this. We saw this in George Floyd, and yet, for whatever reason, this situation has not garnered even a fraction of that kind of outrage or backlash.
Captures the moment the crowd heard a gunshot and everyone started running. So you can see the crowd react to the sound of the gunshot and mobs of people rushing to find safety. Take a look.
What should the messaging from the left be? The messaging should be everybody needs to chill the fuck out in this country. Everybody, but not until the right says it. The right should say it first. It's so easy and it's so basic. This isn't even like a hard take. This is just like the easiest fucking take in the world. I'm sorry, didn't this fucking retard just tweet one day ago about sending the National Guard to Chicago and like brag about it. Like, I'm sorry, but like this is the world you want, and now it's the world we're living in. So if the right can recognize this and they can start to bring it down on their side, then sure, I think you can have a conversation, but it can't be one-sided. It can't be unilateral. Oh wait, are people saying Trump? Oh, if Trump says he's dead, he's dead. Trump would know because I'm sure he's in talks with the families. Or the family. 4:40, 2 minutes ago. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth of the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he's no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and my family. Charlie, we love you. Damn. Jesus. Destiny, this is very bad for Democrats, independents, and normies. Will now become sympathetic with Republicans. Trump polls are about to shoot through the roof. We're totally screwed out. Only if you take the cuck position on it. And hey, listen, if that's what America votes for, we're a democracy. So that's where we'll go. We've done one civil war, I guess. Like if that's where people want to go, you can't have one side constantly ratcheting up the temperature and then crying on the other side every time bad shit happens. How many people have you heard me? You can make a supercut. How many people have you heard me debate where they've said over and over again, Trump is just joking. Trump says shit like that. Who cares? It's just Trump. Trump just talks like that. Like, I'm sorry. If the president of the United States speech has no impact on the overall mood or temperature of the country, well, why the fuck should any of us care? You lead by example.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois. The conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University earlier this afternoon. The 31-year-old was the CEO and the co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative organization. CBS News confirmed there had been threats against Kirk. A Utah Valley spokesperson says a suspect is not in custody. A motive is not known at this time. President Trump just posted on Truth Social the following: the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. The statement there from President Trump as Charlie Kirk, we are told now, has died.
I think Charlie effected a lot of evil, but he seemed like a good person and good faith debater. I wish he would have debated with Destiny. I mean, like, yeah, maybe, but I mean, like there's the Jordan Peterson video. It's such a good one on what would it take for him to become a Nazi. It's a good video. Like, people just otherize evil people or otherize like political violence so much, and they just assume that it could never happen to them, or they're not contributing to it if they're not doing it directly. If I don't directly kill somebody, like, people never stop and think like, what would it take for me to participate in some system like that? And it's why I keep getting annoyed when I see the like people tweeting like, oh my God, shit is getting crazy, or this is getting really bad. No. It's not getting crazy. It's not getting bad. We are already in a really, really, really bad place. We're already in a really scary, horrible place in this country, right? Trump has done so many insane things, and Republicans are clapping along the entire time. You've got masked men abducting people, shooting them out to other countries, to fucking concentration camps in fucking El Salvador, to deploying the National Guard and sending Marines to California. Like, all this shit is happening over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. We just had the president of the United States posting videos bragging about killing 11 drug dealers with fucking F-35s or boat guns or whatever. Like, yeah, what do you, like, you're not isolated from the impacts of all this stuff happening. I don't know what you want to say. Like, I don't understand. This is like, it's not even like fuck around and find out. It's like this is the obvious consequence of turning the temperature up like this.
Away from their statement, which gives the indication that there is either a manhunt underway or a suspect about which we don't know the condition or the location. The FBI and the ATF are among the investigators on the scene, along with local police. But let's take a look at that Utah Valley University statement. It says on September 10th, 2025, 12:20, that's Mountain Time, a single shot rang out in the quad near the food court on the Utah Valley University Orem campus. That's as Mr. Charlie Kirk began speaking at his planned rally. We can confirm that Mr. Kirk was shot. We don't know his condition. The suspect is not in custody. Police are still investigating. Campus is closed for the rest of the day. So you have federal law enforcement on scene. You have university police and local police. The FBI is Salt Lake.
We could really afford to ratchet down a bit, just simply because if this happened to Kirk, it could happen to you. Yes, this is FAFO, but I'm being selfish and want you to be alive and well for a long time. Bro, if I got shot at this event, at some event like this, all these motherfuckers would be mass memeing on me. Are you serious?
City field office is there as well and responding, but there's no information now as to if there's a suspect that's known to law enforcement, where that suspect is, if a suspect is wounded, in custody, or otherwise. So we'll wait to see what law enforcement has to tell us. But that's obviously an enormous variable right now as the campus remains closed and as the country reacts to this tragedy.
Okay, Scott McFarland, thank you so much. Certainly a shock to the system. Reaction pouring in from across the political spectrum this afternoon as Charlie Kirk, people trying to process his death here. Senior White House and political correspondent.
Fuck, it's such a cringe quote, only because it comes from a cringe season. But like, it reminds me of, fuck, what does he say? It's just one sentence.
It always seems a bit abstract, doesn't it? Other people dying.
Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, this is like America in a nutshell. Like you act like this, and like shit is crazy. It is, and this is tragic. It sucks. You don't want people to die. It's not good. But but like, what do you expect?
Ed O'Keefe joins us as we watch this video. Ed, this is the moment that he was shot. Blood was then seen pouring from the side of his head, from his neck, and now this.
That's right. We're now more than an hour since this happened, and the concern and the prayers expressed by Republican leadership especially came quickly. We've seen several Democratic Party leaders as well condemn political violence in this country. This is yet another high-profile example of it. And I think, Maurice, it's important that we acknowledge that there are probably many people watching right now who don't necessarily know who Charlie Kirk is, are not familiar with the work he's been doing for the last several years, because in our increasingly digital and divided world, he may not have been served up to them in their algorithm and in their feeds. And he is a 31-year-old from the Chicago suburbs, as you said, founded this group, Turning Point USA, back in 2012, inspired by the Tea Party movement. And he very quickly became a really influential conservative leader, especially among younger conservatives, galvanizing them to vote for various Republican candidates. And
what do you say to somebody saying that it is just the left increasing the temperature? They're retarded. They're dissociated from reality. I don't know what you do with those people. We already had this problem with the guy that stabbed the Ukrainian lady, right? We don't have, psych wards or insane asylums for people like this. You're detached from reality. I don't know what to say.
Became very close with the Trump family, the president, Donald Trump Jr. especially. He was among those that pushed now President Trump to select J.D. Vance as his running mate, believing that Vance reflected the future of the Make America Great Again movement, and was able to convince him to do that. And then last year...
Okay, but not a small amount of people feel that way. How do you actually engage with them, Destiny? They don't feel that way because of the media they consume. They're not watching me. They're watching infinite reels on Fox News and the Daily Wire and people like Charlie Kirk. Not anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what you can say. Trump's bread and butter is violent, over-the-top rhetoric. Like, I just don't know. Like, it just feels retarded to me. I don't know. It's like when you watch a kid do some retarded shit. How many times anybody that's had a kid has watched them do something where it's like, if you keep trying to, stand on that, you're going to fall. If you keep trying to, stand on that, you're going to fall. You keep running down the stairs like that, you're going to trip and fall. And then one time they trip and fall, and you're like, oh, what did I say? Like, yeah, like it
during the
is what it
presidential
is.
transition, was in Palm Beach at Mar-a-Lago on a regular basis, meeting with the president directly, handpicking potential leaders for the new Trump administration, cabinet secretaries and other senior government officials, weighing in, saying that they were key to the new government. And he was hosting, in this case, as you can see there on the 10th, the American Comeback Tour. This was the opening of this tour that was set to go to other campuses across the country. They regularly draw thousands of people, mostly students, mostly men. And as you see there on the tent, it says, "Prove me wrong." He had this popular segment where he would essentially sit at a table, and in this case under a tent, and invite people who disagree with him on issues to, quote, prove me wrong. And they would...
Would this even have a chilling effect at all on the hateful rhetoric from MAGA? A chilling effect only happens depending on the message that you receive from a particular thing, right? The reason why there's never a chilling effect ever, like a chilling effect would be good. People always say chilling effect like it's a bad thing. Some chilling effects are good, right? Like if somebody feels uncomfortable making death threats, I see a lot of people like replying to my tweets, quoting my address right now, by the way. Okay, I'm all loaded up, so we can, I guess, that's what we're gonna do. But the, fuck, what was I just saying? Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. I just read it. I got a DM at the same time. Oh, chilling effects can be good things. You want some speech to be chilled. The issue is that every time an event like this happens, the right never accepts responsibility for it. There's always an excuse or reason. It was always the left that did it. It wasn't actually anything related to them, so there is no chilling effect on their side. After every single event like this, the left is this is basically just like the firefighter shooting after the Trump rally. And my guess is, because people are so uncomfortable, even Gavin Newsom, and I don't necessarily fault him, and maybe he shouldn't even have the same line of attack that I would have here because he's a politician, but like, when every time an event like this happens, the left apologizes, the left disavows, the right immediately goes into conspiracy mode, and then they never take responsibility for anything. Why would any of their speech be chilled? According to them, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just the left, right? So what are you gonna do? You know, why? If you're on the right, why would you chill anything? It's all like 2 politicians were shot and killed by a crazy dude who seemed to be MAGA, who was rolling around with a paper full of politicians, a list of politicians to kill. And we talked about that for like 3 days, maybe. And that was it. These people got killed at their homes. Nobody on the right talked about that. Nobody on the right talked about turning down their rhetoric. Nobody on the right talked about how maybe we need to chill a little bit on this. They made conspiracies immediately and they started blaming the left. They do it every time. If I wanted to be a huge dick right now, I'd be tweeting out like asking for fucking Charlie Kirk's autopsy. I don't believe the bullet was real. I think that the shooter was actually staged and blah, blah, blah. Because this is what they do with every single thing, right?
Would have an exchange of ideas that was generally respectful. And it could be on anything from issues in the Constitution to something in the cultural zeitgeist at the moment. And the goal was to just have those free flow of exchanges between them. But he was most especially an influential and key figure in the Trump movement. Again, close with the president and many in the White House who this afternoon are quite stricken by this news. Our colleagues who are over at the White House say when this news broke, as they learned about it as we did, many of them rushed into closed-door meetings and have been seen to be quite upset by this, understandably, because this is somebody who worked with them to get Donald Trump reelected.
So right here, what is the takeaway here? So Gavin, I don't want to attack Gavin. I love Gavin, okay? So Gavin took the cuck position. The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, violent, reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. And it's not even really cocked. I'm being harsh on Gavin. But what do you get? You breed this kind of thing, you fucking jackass. Like, imagine looking at Gavin Newsom and then imagine looking at Donald Trump going, wow, Gavin Newsom is a highly divisive, highly, rhetorically instigating type of figure. Like, I'm sorry, but you're just fucking delusional, dude. Like, you're just crazy. You're so far removed from reality. I don't even know what to say or do at this point.
And in many cases, probably weighed in on whether or not they should be holding the jobs they do and would have campaigned alongside him back in the day.
Okay, Ed O'Keefe, thank you for that. Vice President J.D. Vance weighing in, saying, eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, sending out a prayer for Charlie Kirk. 31 years old, a major figure on the right. Even if you don't know him, he was known and loved by many people across the country. Let's go to our CBS News Chief Washington analyst, Robert Costa. You can't overstate his impact on the right, Bob.
A tragic moment with many developments at
Destiny, bro, every time some extreme shit happens to someone on the right, you have the dumbest takes. It's insane. Like, I know you say that, bro. I'm sorry. I hope in 10 years, you guys look back at this and cringe. Or maybe in 10 years, you'll just pretend that you never believe this shit. But, you've seen, I ran the same dance with Dave Rubin on the Piers Morgan show or whatever. When they're like, why don't you disavow this? Like, I don't know. What do you think about J6? And he's like, well, that wasn't us. That was different. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck you guys. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is the type of society that you want. You are actively building this. You in chat, the chatters, the conservatives that are mad, you guys are actively building this. You are tweeting stuff, okay, that leads to people like Charlie Kirk getting one-tapped while he's doing a fucking college debate show. Every time you tweet out about how we need to have a fucking civil war and we need to go hard on all the fucking illegal immigrants and we need to crack down and send the National Guard fucking everywhere and we need to do all this shit. Yeah, you guys are the ones contributing to that. Like, you're all playing into it. And you think it's based and it's epic, and it could be based and epic if you enjoy it on Twitter, that's fine. But don't be surprised when the shit spills over into real life, because that's eventually what happens, because Twitter is real life.
At this time, the governor of Utah has just posted on social media, Governor Cox, that he spoke with President Trump and said that, quote, we will bring to justice the individual responsible for this tragedy. So President Trump, talking to many people involved on the phone, CBS News, has also just learned that the House of Representatives, led by Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, just is called for a moment of silence to recognize the death of Charlie Kirk.
Is it bad that I don't feel bad at all, but still feel like awful that political violence happened? Yeah, you should feel bad. It should feel bad. You shouldn't have It's not good that people are getting killed, even for the guy at the Trump rally. It's not good that people get killed at like political violence, or for anything really, right? Like, you don't want that to happen, but...
And to offer prayers for his family. This is a seismic political moment in American politics. While he is so young, as Ed O'Keefe said, he is someone with enormous influence and power. And this comes at a politically charged moment in this country where so many people feel on edge. You feel it when you cover events, when you cover the president of the United States. But this is someone, I've been covering conservative politics for nearly 20 years. He is such a star because of the way he articulated his views and was able to sit down with people not only on the right and in the center, but to sit down with figures like Governor Gavin Newsom of California and many Democrats. This is the...
But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
I mean, like, as somebody that grew up with ultra fucking conservative parents, yeah, this is what I was always taught. Garbage in, garbage out. Stevie, if you sit and play those brain rot games and you watch these violent cartoons all day and everything, they're eventually gonna... But for some reason, conservatives think they're immune to it, or it doesn't impact them. Yeah, I don't know.
The death of someone with influence, but also the death of a rising political star. So many Republicans on Capitol Hill are heartbroken because they saw him as a friend. They also saw him as a real leader of conservative politics in this country. And for the president to make the statement about his death tells you a lot about how President Trump, who has been the Republican nominee for the past 3 presidential cycles, how he feels about this man. And it's hard to quantify and characterize the amount of anger, frustration, pain that is being felt in so many corners of American politics right now, especially those who knew Charlie Kirk.
And Bob, he had no small part in helping Donald Trump get reelected, right? I mean, Trump gives him a lot of credit for getting out there and getting the youth votes.
President Trump certainly does. Over the years, I've talked to President Trump, and he believes he's always at the center of his political movement, and he's the one who drives it forward. But even he has acknowledged in recent years that it was people like Charlie Kirk who, in the wake of his defeat in 2020, stood by him through legal challenges, through other issues. Charlie Kirk helped President Trump on the outside rebuild a political movement that ultimately lifted him to the White House in 2024. And you see these crowds, it's reminiscent of a Trump rally, but with a younger audience. And he was someone who connected President Trump to younger...
Nobody disagrees that this was expected. Expectation was what made the speech bad. Made what speech bad? Now that it is here, it is time to tone down on all sides. Yeah, if the right wing wants to. We'll see if they do.
People who felt displaced in the culture or in the political system. And in the way others on the left and center have rallied youth, Charlie Kirk was someone who rallied youth on the right. And he became a force on college campuses, a force inside the Republican Party. I've spoken to Republican politicians in recent years who said speaking at a Turning Point USA rally was just as powerful sometimes for their own constituencies as speaking at a Trump rally. And this is going to, already it is, based on our reporting here, convulsing so much of the political conversation in this country. The agitation, the anger, it is coursing through so many of the text messages, the phone calls I've had within the past hour. Outrage that this violence is having such an impact on a major American political figure like Charlie Kirk, who was as high profile as almost anyone else on the right, competing with those on television in elective office. He was seen as someone with political capital, not just famous, but influential.
Yeah, Bob, and I think a word you used there, connect. He really knew how to connect with the people, with the voters, and help Donald Trump get reelected. The reaction pouring in from across the political spectrum, as we keep telling you. Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, Minority Leader, I should say, saying political violence has no place in America. The shooting is horrifying, and I'm praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. I want to bring in Jordan last as we look at these images now, haunting images. Jordan was at today's event at Utah Valley University, and he saw what happened there. Sir, thanks for joining us. Can you take us?
Why be preemptive in your assumption? Forget evidence. The order of operations makes it impossible to defend. Why be preemptive in my assumption? Because I'm basing it on every single response and every single reaction to every single conservative media figure for every single piece of right-wing violence in this country. Like, Donald Trump literally issued a mass pardon to every single J6er. Like, what? And now you guys want to cry about violence? Like, what are you talking about? You're fucking retarded. What do you think is going to happen? And then you want to try to say that Joe Biden, the guy who said 1,000,000 times, I'm a president for Democrats and Republicans. I'm trying to be president for all America. You try to say it's the same shit. You guys are fucking retarded. I'm sorry, but like you're so lost.
Through where you were, what you saw, and your reaction.
Sure. The event started about 12 p.m. I got there right in time, walked past their security detail and everything.
Can you explain why this is considered political violence when they haven't even caught a suspect, let alone identify one? Well, because a large political figure just got shot in the middle of the thing. It's probably politically motivated.
I defined a line to ask him a question. I actually was looking forward to challenging him on a couple things. I really respect him. I wanted to talk to him, and made my way over to where I thought the line was, which is maybe directly I would say 50 to 100 feet to the right of Charlie Kirk. I guess, yeah, at his 3 o'clock.
Where does the right-wing alt media space go from here? Realistically, unfortunately, the same place they were before. Probably nothing's going to change. The left will all disavow. A few people will get dragged on piers and in the center-left media, and then all over the right-wing media. The right-wing, especially if they don't catch this guy, are going to blame this as some like crazy left-wing conspiratorial shooter, and it's the fault of like Kamala Harris or whatever other divisive rhetoric or BLM or Antifa. And then we just keep on doing the same shit until the next set of shootings. If it's a right-winger, people are going to be really mad. If it's left-wing people, they'll talk about it for 12 hours and then move on, like they did with the 2 state senators in Minnesota.
It was only a few minutes. Like the first question had just finished. It was kind of a longer question, so they'd maybe done that for 10 or so minutes. And they had just gotten into the second question, I believe. And that's when I heard like a huge pop. Whenever I hear sounds like that, at first I think, okay, maybe it's just fireworks. But after a few seconds, all of us kind of standing together, it's a very suspicious sound to hear with tons of people. There were so many people there. And there was, I guess, like a cement pillar or wall kind of right behind me.
I don't buy the logic that right-wing rhetoric on violence caused this. You'd expect left-wing figures to get shot if that were the case, wouldn't you? There were 2 state senators in Minnesota that were shot and killed. And that guy was on his way to kill more people. Number 1. Number 2, almost 100,000 people stormed the Capitol in 2020 because Trump told them the election was stolen. Okay? There were some guy after, was it in 2016 or 2020, a conservative dude mailed mailed bombs to a whole bunch of Democratic politicians. We just like stopped talking about it. No one cared about that event. And then also ignoring the political figures. If you live in an environment where you keep telling people every single thing is out to fucking kill you. The illegal immigrants are coming in to fucking kill you. The fentanyl from China is coming to fucking kill you. The Venezuelan drug dealers are coming to fucking kill you. Black people in your country, if you're white, are coming to fucking kill you. The race wars, like Antifa is coming to kill you. The rest of the world is trying to kill us and take advantage. Like, if this is your rhetoric all the fucking time, like, what do you expect? Like, these people believed in QAnon and Pizzagate. Gretchen Whitmer was a whole ass fucking plot where they had a few people who were convinced they were going to go and kidnap the... Whitmer was the Michigan governor, right?
As this suspicious sound has just gone off, I kind of put myself behind the wall. It was very, very good cover in case anything was happening. And then my brain was processing. It's a very loud sound. It seemed to me to come...
Like, here it is. And this is what will happen, and nothing will change. Some people get mad at me. Some people will be happy I spoke up. And then, but for the most part, everything will just continue as normal. Like Ted Cruz is retweeting conspiracy theories. A Democrat has just shot Charlie Kirk, and then we don't even know this yet. We have no idea who shot him. Like I said, there are so many different, because of how the types of fractures that exist in the political climate right now in the United States, there's a lot of people who might want to kill Charlie Kirk, right? The far left, commies like Hassan, those types of people would want to do it. Center left people might think that MAGA is a fascist movement. They kind of are, and want to do it. A far right person might want to do it because Charlie Kirk is like an Israel cuck or sellout. A center right MAGA seems like the least likely, but who the fuck knows? Destiny, again, justifying violence because of rhetoric is just insane. The problem with Americans is because you take your speech for granted, you have no idea like how important or how powerful it actually is. I feel like you motherfuckers should have to fight to vote like every 20, 30, 40, 50 years or something. I feel like most Americans don't deserve it. You take it for granted so much. Like the idea that you would say something so fucking retarded, like, oh, so you're mad about a couple of words. Like it's just such an unbelievably childlike position. But I guess it's not surprising because most of the Republicans that I debate, when I talk about Trump and I'm like, don't you think this guy like says a bunch of crazy shit? They all just play it off as memes and they just say it's funny and shit and everything. So, I mean, these are the memes. These are the memes you wanted. So, I mean, here we are.
In my mind, it came directly from the center of the crowd. I don't know where it came from, but that's just what my mind, I guess, was thinking. And then that's when, after a few seconds, people started saying, like, oh my goodness, Charlie was shot. I saw him fall to the ground. And that's when I realized this is a serious situation. We all crouched down. We have great cover, but I was then just listening for more shots because obviously this could become a much worse tragedy than it already was. And there were no more shots coming. We were maybe 30 seconds passes, and that's when people started yelling, run. There was a door maybe 10 feet away from me. I had to lose my cover to get to the door, but it seemed like the best option. So crouch down and just go with the people.
Yeah.
As soon as I got through the door, I ran as as fast as I could, I guess, and as far as I could.
Now, Jordan, I'm glad you're all right to tell us about this. From all accounts, the atmosphere was, pretty pleasant, right? Pretty chill. People were into it. They were listening to their speaker. I'm wondering, you said security detail. You passed a security detail. Others have told us there was no security. So describe for us what it was like to get into this. I guess it's a quad there at the school.
Yeah, it's like a courtyard. There was definitely security. I mean, I'm not an expert on security, but they had the guys with the little curly wire coming out. So I assume that those were.
That's the thing I say. Unfortunately, like you can say there's security, but and I'm sure there was maybe some security. Actually, I don't even know if you're allowed. Again, this is like an open carry state, constitutional carry state. I don't know if you're allowed to tell people no guns because it's a public area. But even if they did have some security here, are you going to lock down every single building on campus for this? Because if the shot really did come from hundreds of yards away, then how the fuck, what are you going to do for that,
Security detail. It was definitely there.
But no metal detectors.
No, there were no metal detectors. There was no checking anything. And in fact, I've been in not a shooting situation, but other dangerous situations before. And so I'm often thinking about these things. I did think, anyone in here could have a gun. No one checked me. So I was, just a thought that came through my head.
Yeah,
so it's very tragic.
Kind of a haunting image there. All right. Well, Jordan Last, thank you for sharing with us what you saw and what you did in those terrifying moments. I want to bring in senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang. Weijia, a lot of reaction coming in from the White House where he was very close with so many people there.
That's right, Maurice. I was actually meeting with a White House official today when the news broke, and then several staffers were in and out of the area, and they were all visibly shaken, deeply saddened, and throughout the day have seen that from officials here at the White House, including tears and people consoling each other, because, Maurice, this wasn't just a trusted advisor to President Trump. This was a friend to so many people here at the White House. They worked closely with Charlie Kirk during the first administration, during the president's reelection campaigns, and of course now as he is in office for the second time. This is somebody who has a direct line to President Trump and his inner circle. And so it is a very solemn day here at the White House, including for President Trump. Charlie Kirk has been here to the White House several times. I remember one of the last times he was here, we shook hands, and he was always so excited and proud to have this relationship with President Trump. Most recently, Maurice, he was here at the end of May for an event, and the president was asked a question about the youth vote, and he pointed right to Charlie and said, TikTok was a big reason why I won the young vote. And Charlie was the first person who told me to engage on TikTok. So he credits Charlie with so much of his victory, so much of his successes politically. And again, we are hearing reaction from the president and from so many other officials here at the White House today, Maurice.
Okay, Weijia Jiang, thank you so much for that. Our correspondent Chris Van Cleve right now is outside the Turning Point USA's headquarters. That is in Phoenix. That is Charlie Kirk's organization. Again, Charlie Kirk was 31, co-founded that 12 years ago, or when he was.
Oh, just as a heads up, also for people on the subreddit, you cannot post content that glorifies or calls for violence or anything like that. You will get banned. We will see you. We will ban you. Or if the Reddit admins catch you, they will ban you and your account will be banned. There's nothing we can do about that. Just letting you know. Don't do it.
It's about 18. Chris, what are you hearing there? What are you seeing now?
Well, the office behind us here, you can see, is now blocked off. There is security here. We understand employees were sent home after the shooting. We just watched one woman come up with 2 bouquets of flowers that were taken inside the building here. Charlie Kirk was an Arizona resident. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs just put out a statement, Maurice, saying that she is deeply saddened by this news, adding that this tragedy is not about who Charlie Kirk supported politically. It is about the devastating loss of a father, a neighbor, and an Arizonan who called this state home and whose life was cut short by senseless violence. It's not the first time an Arizona political figure has been impacted by political violence. Of course, Gabby Giffords was shot and nearly killed at an event in Tucson here. So it does sort of echo of that. And I can tell you, in talking to people who do work on events with several of the MAGA influencers today,
it's a real treat to see all these liberals condemn political violence now. You called us Hitler. You called us Nazis. You called us racists. You have blood on your hands. It's crazy. That's Stephen Miller's wife.
they are very rattled. One of them is saying this is literally his worst nightmare playing out, something that they thought about when they were doing big events. And now a rethinking of what that security footprint will look like. Ben Shapiro, we understand, has canceled an event he had tomorrow in California. His team certainly rethinking how they move forward with big public events.
Okay, Chris Van Cleve outside Turning Point USA's headquarters there in Phoenix. It is just after 5 p.m. here on the East Coast. We're on the air with a special report as Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist, has died after being shot during an event at Utah Valley University. 31 years old. He was the CEO and co-founder of Turning Point USA, known for mobilizing young Republican voters. Kirk was shot in the neck earlier this afternoon. The suspect is still at large. Police say a search is underway. Utah Valley University police say they are going building to building right now to try to evacuate people who are still there. President Trump posted about Kirk on Truth Social. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Those words from President Trump. Let's go now to our CBS News national security contributor, Samantha Vinograd. And Sam, the talk about the security detail, he had some people around him, but no metal detectors, nothing like that. That's something that's most certainly going to be looked at going forward.
Well, Maurice, this is just a devastating development, and certainly there will be an after action of what security protocols could have been in place to try to prevent this horrific incident. But right now, there's certainly a heavy focus on how to apprehend whomever was responsible for this terrible incident. We don't yet know if law enforcement authorities have actually identified a suspect, if they've been able to ascertain whom in the crowd was responsible for shooting Charlie Kirk. So the first order of business is certainly to identify a suspect. They can do that through eyewitness accounts, through social media, through videos from the scene, and other uses of advanced technology. Once they do identify who was responsible for this incident, they will certainly be working to locate the individuals through warrants at the individual's property, reviewing their social media, talking to friends and family, and then, if necessary, employing a range of federal, state, and local law enforcement assets to try to track the individual if that individual is at large. What we don't yet know is whether there still is an ongoing threat to the public. If a suspect has not been identified and has not been apprehended, Maurice, that may in fact be the case.
Sam, anything from the video we have seen, anything tell you or give you any clue as to the distance of the shooter? Because initially the local authorities there thought they had him, or whoever it was, from some 200 feet away, I believe it was. I looked at it, untrained eye, I thought it was maybe from close range. What do you make of it?
I think it's a little hard to tell. It certainly doesn't look like the individual was in the first few rows in the crowd that you're seeing on your monitor right now. And various witnesses have indicated that it sounded like it was more of a rifle rather than a pistol. But
I don't know if you'd be able to tell the difference in sound necessarily. Both rifles and pistols are both very loud, even outside. That being said, if the guy was shooting close range with a pistol, like in the crowd, I feel like somebody would have seen, heard, said, done something. The idea that this guy was like in the crowd and just shot and left seems very unlikely.
I would imagine that law enforcement, federal, state, and local, again, the FBI and other parts of the federal government are likely involved at this point, are likely reviewing video from the event itself and trying to ascertain where the shot came from. There's advanced technology that they can use to trace the path of the bullet that fatally struck Mr. Kirk, and then from there to try to capture footage to identify the suspect.
Okay, Sam Vinogrand, thank you for that. Our senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now. Reaction is pouring in from across the spectrum, Ed.
It is, Maurice, and importantly, it's pouring in from across both political parties. Obviously, the president, the vice president, others in the Trump administration, from the moment the reports first surfaced, asking for prayers and now recalling their late friend and fellow conservative activist and leader. But we've also notably seen Democrats. We heard.
It was 100% a sniper. The video from far shows a student turning the camera because the shot was behind them. When you say sniper, I think it was just like a 5.5, like an AR-15 round, right? A 5.56. Because I feel like if you're talking like a 50 cal, I think your head would like explode. Like the entry wound. I don't know where my military people at. That wouldn't. I feel like an entry wound that small, but from that far away, would only be a 5.56. Like even an AK round or something would leave a bigger thing. No, I don't know. I'm not.
Chris Van Cleave there mentioned the governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs. California Governor Gavin Newsom was one of the first notable Democrats to weigh in on this, saying that the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible in the United States of America. We must reject political violence in every form. And what's notable about Newsom weighing in is the fact that earlier this year, as he launched his own podcast, the governor invited Kirk on to discuss essentially how Kirk had successfully done it for years for Republicans and what it was perhaps the Democrats could learn in their engagement digitally and in events like this. To reach younger voters. As anyone may recall from last year, the big takeaway was that the Republican Party, the Trump campaign, quite effectively engaged and galvanized younger, more digitally focused voters to their side. And the Democratic Party ever since has been trying to sort out how to do it. Well, Kirk was one of those that had been doing it for several years, and Newsom in that case at least wanted to get to know.
I don't play this game. Aren't your tweets about Charlie Kirk not also stirring things up? I'm saying also for your own safety. No, shut the fuck up. Like just leave. Go somewhere else and go watch someone else do it. If you want to go and be cucked constantly, there's plenty of femdom-y women or gay guys out there that would love to expand your asshole with their 12-inch fucking dragon dildos. Go do that shit somewhere else. The idea that Democrats all have to stand down and disavow and beg for forgiveness while the other side is accusing us of like causing all of this, and then you guys go right back to having the insane fucking rhetoric over and over again. Again, how many people have I spoken to where I'm like, don't you think Trump's rhetoric is kind of crazy? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's kind of funny, LOL. Well, this is the funny epic shit. This is what you get. Like, you're voting for the president of the United States. This is the guy who sets the tone for what everybody is supposed to be thinking and feeling and doing and for your entire country. And if the goal is like epic memes and hilarious jokes and like crazy inflammatory tweets and negative nicknames for everybody and declaring national emergencies everywhere and saying we've got to go to war with every fucking country in the world because everybody's trying to fuck us over and saying that we have to deploy the National Guard everywhere and steal FEMA funds and that we're, taking over city. Like,
and they had.
Yeah, what did Trump say about the Minnesota shootings, actually? I'm curious. He must have said something. He must have made some general statement, I would imagine, right?
A rather meaty and respectful dialogue about their differences, which is what Kirk was trying to do today here in Utah. We also heard from the House Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeffries. Political violence is never acceptable. My thoughts and prayers are with Charlie Kirk and his family. And then Gabby Giffords, of course, the congresswoman who survived an assassination attempt and said she was horrified and political disagreements are always allowed, but we must never allow America to become a country that confronts those disagreements with violence. There was a short time ago, Maurice, a moment of silence held on the floor of the House of Representatives. Speaker Johnson asked colleagues to rise and do so. Sounds like there may have been some in the chamber, unclear who and where, who tried to interrupt that silence. I don't know if we can play this.
Charlie Kirk and his family.
No shot he said this. There must be something else, right? At Destiny, yeah, but I don't feel like killing people due to his rhetoric, so why should others? Because you're in a privileged position where politics just doesn't affect you much. Politics and luxury beliefs are things held by people who go onto Twitter and they practice it for fun. But when you're actually somebody whose life is being severely negatively impacted, so if you're somebody who's being, arrested by masked men, or if you're somebody whose life has been destroyed through, some other means, or if you're somebody who is in another country whose life is being destroyed, it has an impact on other people. And politics is not just like a big fucking meme for fun, LOL, let's see what happens kind of thing. Like, there's real world shit happens. This is politics. It's not just like a meme. And if you keep treating it like a meme, I don't know what to say.
On Minnesota, there were a lot of horrific details that came out today about the suspect who's been charged there. Have you called the governor yet or been able to speak to any of them?
I don't really call him. He appointed this guy to a position.
Oh yeah, this conspiracy theory that the shooter was appointed to some high position. This guy was like on a board of a city council. I remember this. Fuck these people, dude. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting.
So whacked out. I'm not calling him. Why would I call him? I could call him and say, hi, how you doing? The guy doesn't have a clue. He's a mess. So, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time?
On the big beautiful bill, sir, or can you talk?
One second.
Whatever.
So that was earlier in the House chamber. Speaker Johnson very quickly ran there to draw attention to it and have members of both parties stand there, at least momentarily, in honor of Kirk. This was before word officially came that he had died. So it shows you very quickly how quickly he galvanized people on both sides of the aisle to speak out, not only to...
Oh my God. Oh, I'm about to read. My fucking spirit animal. Oh my God. I just saw the list. I saw a checklist. Hold on. Oh my God, please God, the one other person in the planet that makes me sane. Hold on, maybe. I don't know, I haven't read it though. Let's see. In the last few years, we've seen the plot to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer, the storming of the Capitol and pipe bombs left at the RNC and DNC, the break-in to kidnap Nancy Pelosi and the brutal assault on Paul Pelosi, multiple assassination attempts against Trump, the assassination of Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, and the shooting of State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, Luigi Mangioni's assassination of Brian Thompson, and the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Political violence is contagious. It is spreading. It is not confined to one side or belief system. It should terrify us all. The foundation of a free society is the ability to participate in it without fear of violence. Political violence is always an attack against us all. You have to be so blind not to see it. I'll take it. That's okay. All right. Yeah.
denounce the violence, but to acknowledge the influence that Charlie Kirk had.
Okay, Ed O'Keefe, thank you so much. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott McFarland. Now, Scott, first we were told they have a suspect, and now we're told they had the wrong guy.
Yeah, we've been blanketing our FBI contacts with questions about this over the last few minutes because there is a lack of clarity over what is the status of any manhunt for whoever pulled the trigger today. The Utah Valley University statement issued mid-afternoon was that a suspect was in custody. About 20 minutes later, they walked that back, and the FBI, we know, is on the ground at the site of this shooting. They've given no updates on whether they are pursuing somebody, have somebody, or if somebody is even alive who's involved with this shooting. The Utah Valley University police are helping to respond to this, the local police, and we know.
Look on the rooftop. Charlie was down here. Do we know though, like, could there be people on roofs? This guy up here? Like, is that a thing that people can go up there? I don't see it. It's this thing up here. This guy? Guy? I think that's a guy. It does look like he ran left right after the shot. Maybe, yeah. But who knows? Who knows?
According to folks at the university who've spoken with CBS News, they're going door to door now on campus to help evacuate anybody who's there. They want everybody off this campus. And if you are doing a door-to-door evacuation, if you are offering to come get people and walk them off the campus, that's indicative of a kinetic threat, of something that is not fully settled at this point. But we're going to keep tapping into FBI sources here to get a sense of what's going on. But I'll tell you, it is unorthodox now. We are 2 hours and about 20 minutes since the shooting, and we do not have an update from law enforcement if they have somebody either in their sights or in handcuffs.
Door to door, Scott, that suggests a dicey situation there at Utah Valley University. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Right now, former Republican National Committee Chair Michael Whatley joins us. Mr. Whatley, you knew Charlie Kirk. Our condolences for sure. What can you tell us about him, and what are your thoughts right now?
Well, my thoughts are with his family, and obviously, want to offer our prayers for me and Suzanne both. Charlie was a friend. Charlie was a father. Charlie was a husband. Charlie, every time that I met him, he had a very intense smile on his face. He was a happy warrior, and he's a guy who fought for what he believed in, and he believed in America, and he believed in his family. And I think this is going to leave a big hole in America, really. That when we see this kind of a senseless tragedy, we cannot allow this.
Destiny is just using the right's accusation of hypocrisy just years after the fact. After seeing politicians pander to violent movements like BLM, the right's not going to condemn January 6th. You all started this. I'll see you in the field, my friend. You are delusional. You need to be forcibly committed to some kind of like psychiatric institution, or your great-grandchildren probably just need to take your phone from you. When Kamala and Biden were running to be elected in 2020, they had to disavow the BLM violence, and they did. And they said multiple times that violence was unacceptable. When Biden got into office, Biden did not try to federally pardon anybody charged with relation to BLM violence. Everybody in the Democratic Party recognized that was bad after the fact. They said it wasn't good. It hurt our election chances. There are some radicals, there are some crazies that still liked it, but the lawmakers and the top down generally disavowed it. When Donald Trump was elected, not only did he pardon all the J6ers, if you're a conservative, you donated to me, you probably still think that the 2020 election was stolen because you're fucking retarded. You've been brainwashed by this guy. Hopefully at some point you wake the fuck up. Maybe not though. Maybe this is just, maybe we're like on a course where you just can't change. It's impossible to course correct at this point because you're so brain rotted. You're so like divorced from any reality or any kind of like critical thought. I don't know, but I mean, people like Charlie were part of the programming, so good luck, I guess.
To take place in America anymore. We really need to do everything we can to kind of prevent these political fights from escalating to violence like this.
Can we talk about that a little bit, sir? Because, I mean, everybody's wondering now, what happened? How do we get to this point where now this is almost, I don't want to say not surprising, but and not expected, but people are still sort of reacting like, I knew something like this would happen. How do we get here?
Well, I mean, it's absolutely tragic, is what it is. I think that when we think about President Trump being shot earlier this summer, 2 different attempts on his life, and it's really easy, in the moment to say it's the other side. But the fact is that there is no place in America for this type of political violence whatsoever. The fact is that a husband and a father, no place. We think
something like this would happen. How do we get not surprising, but and not expected, but people are still sort of reacting like I knew something like this would happen. How do we get here?
Well, I mean, it's absolutely tragic, is what it is. I think that when we think about President Trump being shot earlier this summer, 2 different attempts on his life, and it's really easy, in the moment to say it's the other side. But
what about what about the state senators in Minnesota that actually died? Did we really just memory hold this, didn't we? Okay.
Fact is that there is no place in America for this type of political violence whatsoever. The fact is that a husband and a father has been taken from us way too early in his life.
A little more about what type of father and husband and man Charlie Kirk was. Hard to believe we're talking about him in the past tense right now, but someone who was a provocateur, who did it with a certain amount of joy, right?
Well, look, I think that he approached every day with a certain amount of joy, and it was great to be able to work with him, to do events with him, to spend time with him. He was a very intense, very loyal person. He was very demanding.
Oh, and what am I watching? Face the Nation? This is CBS. Is this supposed to be left-wing news? How did we get here? My God.
But in a good way, and I think that he brought a passion to politics.
Oh, sorry, it was the one state senator and his wife. And then the second one was shot but not killed. Sorry, the 2 killed. One was a state senator. The other was their partner.
He brought a passion to what he did with Turning Point.
Or the woman was the state senator, and then her husband was shot and killed.
think that's unbelievably commendable. And like I said, it will be a big hole in certainly my world and everybody else's world that had a chance to know Charlie.
Okay, thank you so much, former RNC Chair Michael Whatley. We appreciate your remembrances there. Reaction coming in from Governor Wes Moore, Democrat of Maryland, condemned in strongest possible terms the attack. You see this kind of reaction from Republicans as well. Tom Tillis, the senator, praying for Charlie Kirk. Political violence has no place in our society. So bring in our chief Washington analyst, Robert Costa. You're hearing the condemnations far and wide, yet here we are once again, Bob.
You're not hearing condemnations far and wide. Like, you're hearing it from one side, and then the other side is on full fucking conspiratorial meltdown mode.
If Charlie Kirk is dead right now, I am 100% radicalized. Let me know where I turn myself in. I'm 100% radicalized if he's dead right now. And the people that were involved in his murder and that are rejoicing in it just did the opposite effect of what they intended. Because now tens of millions of, yes, highly intelligent and capable men like me are now fully radicalized. You've awoken the beast, okay? So you want to see what happens next? Charlie Kirk didn't represent racism. He literally represented the highest order of moral ideals and values, and he literally loved everyone. It was out of love he tells you what's wrong with your positions and your views on life and your behaviors. If Charlie Kirk is dead...
And they make fun of us for glorifying George Floyd? Okay, dude.
We are once again the specter of violence continuing to hover over the United States and our political culture. You see leaders in both parties expressing horror at what is unfolding here on a college campus today, a time when so many students are going back to school, starting their classes in September. It's the carnage of violence at a political leader. And this country has seen it many times before. You think about President Lincoln. You think about the shots fired on President Reagan. Of course, President Kennedy being gunned down in 1963, and other political figures have been shot. You think about George Wallace running for president being shot. He survived. Charlie Kirk, at such a young age, being gunned down, assassinated at a political event. This is something that is bracing for so many of the people we cover. Yes, there is a political debate that's often very testy in this country, but so often behind the scenes, most people I cover see the dignity in the other person across the way. Violence is not part of the American system. It's something that has scarred America's history.
Like, I'm sorry, but you're just wrong. That respect is gone. You're fucking retarded. I don't know who this guy is. Mainstream media people, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they just don't, maybe they're illiterate or they don't read the news or follow anything. Like, you literally have a whole new sham investigation cooked up trying to blame Barack Obama for Russian-related shit from 2016 that the Justice Department is like actively investigating. Like, they're actively trying to destroy lives and investigated, revoke clearances and remove bodyguards and Secret Service protection for people. Like, it's just so hollow. This is the fact that people treat any of this with any credibility at all is just such a fucking joke. These guys on the left in the media here are super complicit in this. They need to not be so fucking spineless. It's so cucked.
But it's not part of how we have dialogue. And Charlie Kirk, whether you are a defender of his, an advocate, an ally, a friend, or a critic, he is someone who was in the arena. And so many people, whether they're activists like Charlie Kirk, who are media figures, or they're political figures and leaders who are in elected office, they believe that by going in the arena, they may be bruised ideologically, they may be bruised when it comes to their rhetoric, but they won't necessarily have to face this sort of violence. But we've seen the attempted assassination of lawmakers like Steve Scalise within the past decade or so. Of course, President Trump facing his own assassination attempts, Gabby Giffords, the former member of Congress. Both parties have dealt with this, and now today, a real rising star dead at such a young age.
Yeah, for sure, Bob. And what it means for our politics going forward, that will be chewed over as we move forward here. To recap for you, the conservative activist...
Man, we really hate Minnesota.
Charlie Kirk has died after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University. A search for the suspect is underway, and a motive is still unknown. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7, your local news, and tonight on the CBS Evening News. This has...
You're talking about when Biden removed Trump's security detail before he was shot? Wasn't it the opposite? Didn't Trump get increased security detail? I've never heard of Biden taking away maliciously security detail from Trump or anything. I do remember when I'm pretty sure Trump was the one stripping people of Secret Service details. Was it for Kamala?
It's been a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois.
Actually, I don't even know if you can take away ex-president's Secret Service. I feel like they're like granted that for life. Yeah, and for Fauci, too, while calling on his whole fucking fan base to assume that Fauci was literally a hellspawn that was trying to inject your children with trans vaccines or whatever. Trump cancels Kamala Harris's Secret Service detail that was extended by undisclosed Biden order. President Trump revoked Harris's Secret Service protection on Thursday, according to a copy of a letter reviewed by CNN. Former presidents receive Secret Service protection for life. Harris, as a former vice president, received 6 months of protection after leaving office, according to federal law. That period ended on July 21st. However, her protection had been extended for an additional year via a directive, not made public until now, signed by then-President Joe Biden shortly before leaving office, according to multiple people familiar with the undisclosed arrangement. That is the order that Trump canceled in his letter titled Memorandum for the Secretary of Homeland Security. Like, fuck off. It's fucking cringe. Trump revokes security clearances for Harris, Clinton, and critics. Oh, these are clearances, security clearances, but...
Hello, everyone. I'm Major Garrett in Washington. This is a special edition of The Takeout. Charlie Kirk, one of the most important voices and voter mobilization forces in the MAGA movement, was shot and killed in full public view today at the start of one of his signature Prove Me Wrong events on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. Videos circulating online reveal a single gunshot and a wound that eyewitnesses said struck Kirk's neck and resulted in considerable bleeding. Just moments ago, President Trump posted on social media that Kirk had perished, writing, quote, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie."
This was an unhinged tweet. Nightmare on Wall Street. It's just I'm sorry. I don't you guys are crazy.
This show will focus entirely on this developing story, which is harrowing. For a show that is devoted to conversation about politics and civility within the public space, we will explore the consequences for a country that is wrestling with deep political divisions and more frequent spasms of politically motivated violence, with victims, we should note, on both sides of the ideological spectrum. Kirk, 31, was the married father of 2 young children, a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. Former Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley knew and worked closely with Kirk and will join us tonight. And one of the most influential writers in conservative circles, Matthew Continenti, will also join us to talk about Kirk's influence, how it rose, and his close connection with many people in the Trump White House. We begin with Anna Schechter and the latest available information not only on what happened, but what authorities are doing in pursuit of the assailant. Anna?
Well, Major, so many unanswered questions and really confusion right now, even a couple of hours after the event. There is no word that a suspect is in custody. Our teams have been analyzing the video that showed the moment that Kirk was shot. It did appear that the shot came from some elevated position. He was in a vulnerable position because there were elevated buildings around a large open grassy area that you're seeing there. You see students running in the immediate aftermath. Here is the video that we're talking about that appears to show the shot that was fired. We're told a single shot. This is a very challenging crime scene. And if law enforcement is still looking for that suspect, every minute that goes by widens the periphery of places that they need to search. There was especially...
I mean, not to ring this bell too many times, but Kirk never advocated for violence as far as I know. He did, however, once posed the idea of televising state executions and having children watch as an initiation that would affect them in a holy way. This is the man he was. I mean,
I'm looking at Politico.com. I'm looking at the New York Times. I'm looking at all these places, and there's a little bit of mention here. For example, Politico says top Republicans reject any link between GOP rhetoric and Paul Pelosi assault. Of course you should reject any link. Why is the Republican Party, why is the conservative movement to blame for gay schizophrenic nudists that are hemp jewelry makers breaking into somebody's home, or maybe not breaking into somebody's home? Why are we to blame for that exactly? And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out? By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out and then go ask him some questions. I wonder what his bail is. They're going after him with attempted murder, political assassination, all this sort of stuff. I'm not qualifying it. I think it's awful. It's not right. But why is it that in Chicago you're able to commit murder and be out the next day? Why is it that you're able to trespass, second-degree murder, arson, threat of public official, cashless bail? This happens all over San Francisco, but if you go after the Pelosi's, oh, you're let out immediately.
I'm just saying, it's kind of weird.
Drop the hammer. Drop the hammer. Hey. What is going on? What is going on?
On Friday, San Francisco.
Right, this is going with a guy once he's inside. There's footage of him inside the house attacking him. I feel like it's hard to find, or I feel like I hadn't seen that until recently. Like a year ago or whatever, but it's kind of fucked up. Kind of weird. Destiny, do both sides not rely on fear? I don't have anything left to say to people like you. I'm so sorry. If you want to both sides it, then go for it. But you're divorced from reality. There's nothing I can say to you at this point. You're way too far lost. Good luck. Hopefully you find your way back to the real world in the next couple of years. The funniest thing is that the people who hated Charlie Kirk the most, by the way, but I don't even know how much of the mainstream media follows all of the online feuds or whatever. The people who hate Charlie Kirk the most are actually the gripers. Now, I don't know if there are going to be any Fuentes fans that would do the shooting. Like I said, everybody technically has, or there's like multiple political groups that would have motivations to, want to do political violence.
The field of domestic security, domestic terrorism, international and the like. Begin to walk us through what's going on the ground. Anna Schechter just told us they're still searching the campus of Utah Valley University. That means this is an evolving and still potentially dangerous situation, and that whatever happened escaped the immediate ability of authorities to put a dragnet around that particular individual.
Well, Major, based upon the fact that a suspect has not been identified or located as far as we know, it is entirely possible that there is still an ongoing threat to the public. So right now, law enforcement officials are incredibly focused on trying to ascertain who fired the gun that killed Charlie Kirk. They'll do that from eyewitness accounts, by using video taken by individuals at the event and other advanced technology to just try to figure out who the suspect is. And from there, whether it's searching buildings on the campus and or looking through the individual's social media and tracing his or her movements, try to ascertain where this person is so that they can be apprehended and try to mitigate any threats to the public.
And part of that analysis will be the wound itself and the directional relationship, because Charlie Kirk was under this tent. You can see it. Came to somewhere around here. We are from eyewitness accounts and the available video that suggests a sort of area.
Law enforcement officials have a range of different technologies.
If neither side backs down, what is the best outcome we could expect? I don't know. Some type of civil war?
To literally trace where the bullet came from, what kind of rifle or other weapon was used, and then from there to just try to figure out exactly.
I'm sorry, but can you show me the amount of high-level commentators celebrating the Democratic Congress deaths compared to the ones celebrating Charlie's right now? I haven't seen any high-level left-wing people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. For high-level right-wingers saying unhinged shit about deaths, there was the Mike Lee tweet or whatever that I had earlier where he was fucking memeing on the was it that? No, wait. Somebody linked me that tweet. The Wall Street one. This is this was like hours after I think these shootings had been reported. Like, that's crazy. This is a U.S. senator. I mean, you've got, Trump is the thing is that I could put together a document of all the crazy shit that Republicans say or do after. Obviously, the pardoning of all the J6ers is fucking unhinged. That's just crazy. These are people convicted of seditious conspiracy. And all of the people that were rioting and committing violence, all of that is unhinged and crazy. But no matter what I put together, you're just gonna counter with what about what this Twitter account tweeted about BLM or something retarded like that. Like there's no point. You're lost. You're literally lost. Like all of the Department of Homeland Security's Twitter account, the White House Twitter account, all it does right now is repost like violent, stoking the flames rhetoric of how based and epic it is to watch the armed military roll through U.S. cities and stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly where this individual was standing when the shot was fired, so that.
Rhode Island Democratic Senator Jack Reed joins me now from Capitol Hill. Senator Reed, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mayor.
There you are. This is a very hard day in America.
Yes.
I'd like to get your assessment.
Well, the attack was...
I just listened to that and he sounds just like you, little bro. What do you mean? I'm not justifying it, but political actions being taken by this person are why it happened. He implied the double-edged sword that it was his gay lover, which was a common conspiracy with no foundation. It was his gay lover that broke into his house. There's video footage of the guy smashing his fucking head with a hammer, okay? So he was playing into that as part of the thing, and he said it would be epic to bail him out and ask him questions or whatever. You'd be a midterm hero.
Reprehensible. One of our fundamental principles of the...
Dehumanizing by calling everyone mildly right-wing, white supremacist, Russian agent, Nazi, evil, etc. for 20 years has had no effect on the political temperature. The left is cooked. You need help. Oh, good luck. I'll see you on the battlefield, my friend. Because we might be past the point. You are legitimately brain broken. Like, there's nothing I can say or do to convince you otherwise. Like, you're fucking retarded. I would bet you we could put both of our life fortunes up against each other and spend 6 hours in a room trying to see who we can find more violent rhetoric from, Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Like, you would lose that 100 out of 100 times. You could give me 30 minutes to go through Justice posts this year compared to... There's a reason why the only thing you saw from Biden a million times... What is the worst picture that came from Biden a million times? It was this stupid fucking picture from this speech because you guys zoomed in and you wanted to say that this was the fascist fucking speech. This is the worst thing you had to say about him for years. Even Alexi dipshit Friedman tried to get me on this. Wasn't Biden being divisive here? Do you remember what Biden's speech was here? Biden speech, White House, MAGA, Americans. Even in this speech, even in this one that you guys obsessively cummed all over yourselves over and over again attacking him, even in this one he said, transcript. He tried to qualify. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there is no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans, and that is a threat to this country. These are hard things. This is true. This is just true. Again, I'm sorry, but most of you fucking retards don't even believe in the outcome of the last election. On what ground do you think that you can question any narrative in the media if you can't even understand something as basic as the fact that you're fat fucking ED-ridden, dying of 15 different ailments that we're not allowed to know about president, that you don't even accept you lost the election? Why do you think that you have any ground to stand on in talking about analysis of media or who's saying what if you can't even comprehend like that basic fact? Like